awards,
Yeah.
right? I go back to the 1985, I guess, Chicago Bears, where Walter Payton toiled all those years when the Bears were terrible. But in the Super Bowl, the fridge got the touchdown, right? Like, what does it feel like to be Dwayne Casey? You know what I mean? I'm just going through all this. Charlie Weiss wins at Notre Dame with Ty Willingham's team. John Gruden wins the Super Bowl after Tony Dungy laid all the groundwork. I could go on and on with examples. And pertinent to tonight, J.B. Bickerstaff got one of the 2 games off the Celtics in the playoffs, and he lost his job. And now Kenny Atkinson comes in, tweaks things a little. Maybe there's an attitude adjustment amongst some guys, but Cleveland has taken off. And they are going to be really, really difficult tonight just because of their 2 bigs. And, in some people's eyes, I've talked to some NBA front office people, and some of them are ready to reopen the debate about who would you rather have, Evan Mobley or Scotty Barnes? Now, I'm not, because I think Mobley's been working on his outside game. He's stretching it out. He still rebounds. He runs the floor. He can finish inside. He's long as the day is. But he's not the playmaker that Scotty is.
Yeah.
And I think Scotty has improved, commensurately in that same way where we saw him come back from being off a long time last game and knocking down long threes. I'm like, oh, so it's like that, Scotty.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to ease back into it. So that debate is not ready to be open for me, but for some people it is. But it tells you about Mobley's growth and how people wanted to trade he or Jared Allen. Oh, they can't play together. Yes, they can. Yes, they can.
And you just touched on why I hate having those arguments with people. I'll have the conversation with you, but I hate having the argument, even with due respect with an NBA executive. Oh, who would you rather have? Well, it depends on what else I have around.
Yeah.
Because you know what? If you put Evan Mobley on Toronto right now and Scotty Barnes in Cleveland, I don't know, does Evan Mobley have the same kind of success with the Raptors because of the personnel that's around him? Does he have a chance to maybe be more of a player because he doesn't have a Jared Allen?
Right.
Does Jared Allen become a different player because he's got a Scotty Barnes and there's not as much?
Does Scotty have the impact with Garland? And You're right. So I'm with you. Hey, it is what it is. And as you say, shoulda, coulda, woulda, ifs and nuts, candies and butts. We'd all have a great Christmas or whatever it is. But the bottom line is Cleveland's playing really well right now.
I'm more interested in the conversations when you talk about when teams miss. Like we were just talking about off the air, not to totally change topics because this has nothing to do with the Raptors.
Wait a minute, they got to pay for this.
Nothing to do with the Cavaliers.
They have to pay for this off-the-air conversation. Go ahead.
Guess. But actually, we touched on it on the latest episode of Smith & Jones as well, which, by the way, you can download anywhere at Spotify, Apple, etc., or you can find it
Really good one this week about trades.
Really good one about trades and about the impact that trades can have when they include draft picks. And we were talking to Ed Stefanski, who's now an executive with the Detroit Pistons, a former Raptors executive, but a former executive and general manager of the then New Jersey Nets when the Nets made the deal with the Raptors for Vince Carter. And as much as I and you, every single one of you listening, and Jonesy and everybody else thought that that's one of the worst trades in NBA history, it might not have been viewed that way if the Raptors got back the haul that, say, the Celtics got back when they made their deal with the Nets, when they gave up Paul Pierce, when they gave up Kevin Garnett. And the dust settles and 2 first-round draft picks end up turning into Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And I say this with all the respect in the world. Good dude, great dude, a guy that just never took off in Toronto, never had his career really take off, Jonesy. It wasn't a draft pick that was Joey Graham. How about, as I just said, we were talking off the air, how about if Philadelphia selects Jason Tatum instead of Markelle Fultz and the Boston Celtics don't get Tatum at number 3? What if they draft Fultz or somebody else? Maybe the Boston Celtics aren't who we thought they were or who they are right now.
Like
you do this game of you have to hit on your draft picks, and then it's a matter of who's on the team. So we can look back, Jonesy, and say this player, that player is the better or the best, or you could have drafted that guy. But I don't know if it's fair to talk about whether this person would have had a more of an impact on that team because it all depends on who else is there.
I'm with you, E. And we talked about the wolf in sheep's clothing, how some people think rebuilding means tank, whether it be in Toronto or anywhere else.
Yep.
And, you look at some of the teams that have tons of draft picks over the years. Minnesota finally made it to the conference final last year. Philadelphia still hasn't been out of the second round. Sacramento, just go down the list of teams. And that's why if you have a bad year and you get a good pick or a couple of good picks, or you've traded and you've got to at some point the procuring and hoarding of draft picks has to stop unless you're going to turn them into other people, right? I go back to the Celtics title in 2009. Danny Ainge traded 9 guys, 5 guys and draft picks and whatever, basically to get Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen, and they won a championship. Okay, stop now. Mm-hmm. Enough. As Jalen Rose once said, and we were talking about it on a plane around the time of the Vince Carter trade, he said, you know what? At some point for it.
When we come back, it's the tip-off of the Cavaliers and Raptors, the first of 4 on the road for T.O. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, this is David from Whitby. I really don't want another pair of socks this year, so if anyone in my family hears this, what I really want is a Thermea Spa Village gift certificate. And if all of my loved ones hear this and I end up with 3 or 4 Thermea gift certificates, even better.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The basketball fan that's hanging out with us during the Raptors game tonight, thank you for hanging out with us. Please, if I got your attention, please help us grow this awesome community of Toronto sports fans that we have here. We're on our way to 100K to go get that plaque, baby. That's what we're doing. Thank you for hanging out with us every single Toronto Raptors game, and we're live for every single Toronto sports game, plus the playoffs. So hopefully the Raptors will make the playoffs, or they're going to tank for flag. I don't know. We'll find out through the season, but thank you for being here and hitting that subscribe button and turn on that bell. And if you are already part of the club, thank you for joining us on this ride so far. We'll see you back in the chat. Let's go, Raptors!
At the bench. Oh, what a shot, Gord. Last time we spoke, you had been really tired. Not anymore.
Yeah, snoring all night. Losing sleep ruins your game.
Problem snoring? Suffer from sleep apnea? Invest in yourself. Call Dr. Paulette Pillersdorf. She'll use her laser to help treat your snoring and oral appliance like a sports mouth guard for your sleep apnea. Your partner will thank you.
Thanks, Gord.
Book your appointment with Dr. Paulette Pillersdorf. Call 647-243-2006.
Need to send money in another currency? With Wise, you can send money internationally without hidden fees. From dollars to dong, pounds to pesos, euros to yen, you could save up to 3 times compared to major banks. Send money with Wise in more than 40 currencies without getting ripped off. See how much you could save. Download the Wise app today. Wise, the app for doing things in other currencies. Terms and conditions apply.
Can we really launch Black Friday deals early? As Sunwing's financial advisor, I say, hold my coconut. You actually did it. It's simple. People want more from their vacation, right? A Sunwing vacation does that. Why deny the people what they want? And with these Black Friday vacay deals, they'll be sipping a mojito by Tuesday. Book with your local travel advisor or...
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back, Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. We're moments away from the tip-off of the Raptors and Cavaliers in Cleveland. The injury report is brought to you by Desjardins Insurance. Get insurance that's really big on care. And for the Raptors, they get some good news in that Bruno Fernando is available. Now, with due respect to Bruno, some people might be going, come on, we're talking about Bruno Fernando? Hey, he's played well in spurts this season, Jonesy, and to have another big man available, considering the size and length of the Cavaliers, that is a big plus for the Raptors for this game.
It is huge. Like I said, you got those 2 long guys in Allen and Mobley, and that is going to be a real key tonight. Can I give you them, Eric?
Well, I was given injury report, but you're already rolling it into the key, so let's do it, though. Let's do it.
All right.
So we're putting the injury report to bed. Brought to you by Desjardins Insurance.
No, finish
Still playing without Emmanuel quickly.
Yeah.
And hopefully he gets back soon enough. Bruce Brown sounding like he's getting a little bit closer, but we're talking about the bigs and the impact of the bigs. It sounds like that's one of Jonesy's keys as we're getting set to tip off here with Jakob Poeltl standing in the middle, and he loses the tip to Jarrett Allen. So let's start on the opening possession with the keys to victory, brought to you by Honda. Up your game. Lease the CRV from 2.99% up to 28 months. Visit HondaOntario.com.
Well, let's start on the inside, E. Number one field goal percentage in the paint because of the two big guys. The Raptors' shell has to be very tight tonight.
Jumper from Mitchell is no good straight away, about an 18-footer, and the Raptors get on the glass.
Got a rebound, Eric. When you look at Cleveland, the length is going to give them extra opportunities. Toronto can't let that happen. Lastly, look after the basketball.
As Poeltl handed it off to R.J. Barrett, who skipped down Main Street and got a floater to go. The Raptors open up the scoring at 2-0. Again, the keys to victory brought to you by Honda. Up your game. 55 seconds into the ball game, Mobley gets down to the block, far side, kicks out on the perimeter, far wing, triple is good, and that's Donovan Mitchell. Cavs lead 3-2.
Ochai a little bit off on the timing of his dig down, and it allowed the kick out to Mitchell for a wide open shot.
Barnes manning the point essentially as he brings it across center. He's out on the far wing. He's now inside the arc trying to go at Allen. Crosses him up, pulls up for the jumper. 17-footer no good, and the rebound to the Cavaliers. They push ahead. Okoro into the paint. Tried to give it up, and he does to Allen right under the tin, who softly dunks it down. Cavs lead 5-2.
Yeah, Abaji was there, but never got in front of Allen.
Grady Dick back the other way, misses on the triple, down low in traffic. Barnes taps it out to Barrett, back to Grady. Another look at a three, and unfortunately, another miss. Two pretty good looks for Grady.
Yeah.
5-2 Cleveland. Almost 2 minutes gone by here in the opening quarter. Allen again in the paint, right under the tin. Soft one-hand floater goes, and a quick 7-2 lead for the Cavs.
Well, a couple of easy ones in the paint.
9:55 to play in this ball game, in this opening quarter. We're just underway. Scotty Barnes, three ball near side. That one no good. Grady Dick down low trying to get after it. He's pushed in the back by Garland. So it'll be a loose ball foul on Cleveland. Toronto will keep the ball and a fresh 14.
Raptors trying to attack from long range. A couple of threes missed already, but can't be all on the outside. Got to get some stops, run, get some easy ones.
Barnes out on the far side, above the arc on a switch picked up by Garland. Now trying to drive down to the right block, whips a pass right to left, over to Barrett, open on the perimeter. Another missed three. Toronto has had 4 really good looks and missed all 4. They are 1 for 6 overall to start the ball game, trailing 7-2. Mobley, baseline, far side, lost the handle, knocked away by Ochai. It'll stay with Cleveland. 9:26 to go in the opening quarter.
Chance to switch back. Abaji got caught on Mobley, who was going down into the post. Knocked it away. Now they can reset the matchups.
Cleveland getting it in. Out near center court now. Garland has it. Coming up high to set a screen was Okoro. Garland now working with Barrett and Grady Dick as he gives it up to Mitchell on the near side. Mitchell driving down toward the baseline, fading on a jumper from 18 feet, missed it, and Barrett battles Okoro to get the ball. Pushes ahead to Barnes. Barnes on the wing far side, now inside. Hands to Poeltl, cross court. Gives it up now to Barrett. Barrett driving on the near side, whips a pass under the hoop, out to the perimeter to Grady Dick for 3, and he buries that one. Toronto has pulled within 2 at 7-5.
Great job by RJ. Playmaking again.
Quickly back down the floor. Cleveland nearly lost the ball. Allen had it knocked away, but it's picked up by Mitchell. Mitchell has it out near center on that big Cleveland Cavalier logo, and then points at the official, calls for time, as the Cavs want to chat about things with looking like Darius Garland maybe banged up away from the play.
Yeah, a little gimpy. Garland not happy either. Kind of walking cautiously and delicately towards the bench.
8:42 to go in the opening quarter as the Raptors trail by 2 at 7-5 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050wraps.com for your tickets today.
Fall for Subaru by enjoying fall to the fullest. Think scarlet, burgundy, amber, crimson and copper, but never, never blue. Because with Subaru's symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive, fall is for thick, dark mud splats, terracotta mountain roads, radiant sunsets, kaleidoscopic leaf carpets, and the boldest of adventures. Avoid autumn blues and visit your...
What's up, Raptors fans? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for the Raptors matchup. We really appreciate you being here. Please take a second, hit that like button down below, and share this link out so we can get more basketball fans in here. We have to start matching the Leafs chats. I got my Holy Mackinac sweater on because of Joe Bowen's calls. We need to match that energy from the Leafs nights over here on the Raptors. We'll see you back in the chat. Thank you for hitting that like and sharing it out. Let's bring some more basketball fans in here. Go Raps, go.
Hey. This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. First quarter, 8:42 to play in the frame. And the Raptors trailed the Cavaliers 7-5. Grady Dick has a triple on 1 of 3 shooting. On the other side, it's 4 points for Jarrett Allen leading the way. Toronto 2 of 7 to start the game. Cavaliers 3 of 5 as the Raptors open up this 4-game road trip, and they start it with a back-to-back as they will be in Detroit tomorrow night against the Pistons.
Tough. At least it's not that far, but it is a. Outside of Cleveland, you got a couple games you look at. You think, could you get Detroit? New Orleans is at the bottom of the pack now in the West. So let's see. Toronto yet to win on the road this year, so let's see if they can pull one off on this trip.
Raptors coming into the ballgame at 4-12, having won 2 games in a row. And keep in mind, folks, of their 12 losses, 7 of the 12 have come by 5 points or less. So they've been right there. They've battled, but their record is what it is. Cleveland out of the timeout gets a bucket down low right inside. Again, it's Jarrett Allen using that length to lay it in and to push the Cleveland lead to 9-5. 8:23 to go now in the opening quarter as Toronto comes down the floor. And we've got a kickball violation going against Okoro, so the Raptors will inbound from the far side and get set to run offense with 15 on the shot clock. Barrett has it. RJ gets into the paint, went right, looked like he was going to come left, and then he spun into the lane and was met by Allen, who blocked the shot, and here come the Cavs. Allen running the length of the floor, catches the pass from Garland, dunks it down, plus the foul, and Jarrett Allen is a problem right now.
Well, it's his length, and the people, everybody kept saying, you got to trade one of them. They are playing really well together. Jarrett Allen on the run here, and Pirtle who runs the floor well. It was kind of like a foot race where Allen had a little bit of a head start, and Pirtle couldn't run him down.
12-5. Cleveland now leading the Raptors by 7. Cavs' largest lead of the game as Allen makes good on the free throw. It's a 3-point play. Give him 9 points in the ballgame. Barnes in the lane, just weaved through traffic, Jonesy, and went right to the tin to dunk it down.
Pirtle with a screen assist there for sure. Kind of bodied Jarrett Allen into Barnes' defender.
Garland pulls up for the 3-ball straight away, knocks it down. Cleveland leading 15-7.
Got to get out on shooters.
Cavs shooting 75%.
Really have to. The Raptor ball pressure that was so good in selected games this year needs to be better.
RJ in the lane draws attention, turns and fires a pass out on the perimeter to Barnes, misses a 3, pulled down by Pirtle. Out to Grady Dick on the near side. He comes inside the arc, cut off by Garland. Back out to Ochai, to Pirtle, back to Abaji. He misses a 3, and the Raptors are taking a lot of triples tonight, but they're not making them. 1 for 8 now from distance. Back the other way comes Mobley on the near side. Now driving into the paint, trying to go at Barnes, turns, fires, and gets the friendly roll as it kind of crawled around the rim and went down. 10-point lead for Cleveland. Cavs shooting 7 of 9 from the floor. and Barnes just sent a missile pass way over the head of R.J. Barrett.
That's a careless turnover. I'm on Scotty for that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
These are the ones that the Raptors have to eliminate.
Mitchell straight away from the top of the arc misses the triple, and a long rebound comes out to Ochai as he gives it up out on the far side to Grady. The Pirtle at the elbow, back to a cutting Grady Dick, who lays it in. Great two-man game right there, and another quick timeout from Cleveland.
Pirtle so smart. So smart. Grady made that entry pass from above the three-point arc and then came to the middle through traffic. And Cleveland wasn't matched up properly, and Grady kept going, and Pirtle just waited to deliver. So smart as a big man making plays.
6:31 to go in the opening quarter. The Raptors trailing by 8, 17-9. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
We the North, stand up and let us know where you're watching from in the chat. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Where are you at in this crazy planet of ours? Are you in Canada representing We the North? Are you down south in the USA? Are you over across seas in Asia or in Europe? Thank you so much for being here. Now let's get back to the basketball. Let's get a win tonight, boys. 2 in a row. And I know that I'm not going to be able to use this video very long because they're probably going to lose again soon to get back on the tank for flag. But we'll see. Go Raps, go! Let's make some noise in the chat. And cheers to all of you from wherever you're watching from.
$20 value. So whether you're shopping for the holidays or your favorites, you'll find really great deals throughout the store, especially since we've dropped prices on hundreds of everyday essentials. Head to Shoppers Drug Mart for the Black Friday Super Sale. Save big, leave happy. Conditions apply. Details in store.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590.
The Fan.
Welcome back. First quarter is brought to you by Desjardins Insurance. Get insurance that's really big on care. As the Raptors trail 17-9 with 6:31 to go in the opening frame. Grady Dick leading the way for Toronto with 5 points, but on the other side, Jarrett Allen, his looming large presence has been a major factor thus far.
Yeah, Jarrett Allen, with the 9 points, Eric, but just kind of patrolling the lane and doing a really, really good job. Raptors shooting only 33% on 4 of 12.
To me, what stands out as well is the 1 of 7 from distance, and not that they're 1 of 7, that they've already taken 7.
Yeah, they're not. When you look at the numbers, 3-point attempts per game, Raptors are last in the NBA at 30 a game. No,
it's crazy to me that 30 a game is dead last.
I know. Game has changed, my friend.
Chris Finch said the other day that if you don't take at least 40, it doesn't even get you into the conversation.
Yeah, and even if they're bad ones now.
And out of the timeout, speaking of the 3 ball, Cleveland just got one to go from the far corner as Okoro buried it, his first shot attempt of the game, and it's a big one, putting Cleveland up by 11, their largest lead of the game. 20-9 is the score as Pirtle hands it off on the far side to Davion Mitchell, who has checked in. Raptors worked that ball around into the near corner to Grady Dick. Had a good look at a 3, missed it. Pulled down by Pirtle, left it short, though on a one-hand floater. Loose ball in the lane is grabbed by Grady Dick as he passes back out towards center. And we've got a whistle from the official. I think it might be a shot clock malfunction. I'm not positive, but I think that's the issue right now. They're trying to clean it up right now with the Raptors trailing 20-9. Quiet day for both of us today with the National Football League and
your Bills on a bye
gear,
week.
but the Bills on a bye, and you already had your team go a couple of nights ago.
The Brownies with a snow win on Thursday night against the Steelers. Doesn't matter that the Brownies are 3 and whatever. They beat the Steelers.
Yeah.
Got one against Pittsburgh.
relatively stress-free day, except for my fantasy football lineup.
Oh, I know. You were showing me you're down 2, but the other guy's got
Saquon going tonight.
Yeah,
I've still got Disley going tomorrow, the tight end for the Rams.
Well,
for the Chargers.
That Philadelphia defense better come up big.
Yeah.
It was a great feature today on one of the American networks on the Harbaugh brothers.
I didn't see it.
And one of them, I think it was John, their dad Jack sent them for a beer, and it was like you had to be timed up and down to get the beer down the stairs. It was so competitive. And he said he was coming up the stairs, and Bobby Orr scored that famous goal. And he never saw it because he was trying to get Dad a beer.
Raptors inbound. Get off the shot. Little floater from the right block, far side from Davion Mitchell is no good. And Jakob Poeltl trying to battle with Jared Allen for the rebound. Ends up picking up, I believe, a loose ball foul.
Wow, I challenged that one. Jared Allen was just pivoting him away from him. What is that?
Scotty Barnes going to check out of the ball game now after 6 minutes on the floor.
Come on.
A couple of points for Scotty. No rebounds, no assists. Still playing under a minute restriction as Chris Boucher comes in. Okoro, Allen, Garland, Jerome, and Yang for the Cavs. Abaji, Poeltl, Grady Dick, Davion Mitchell, and Chris Boucher. Far corner, triple, up and in for Jerome. That thing scraped the ceiling before it came down. Cleveland shooting 4 of 5 from distance to start the game, and they've ripped open a 14-point lead.
Well, Toronto 1 of 10, conversely, at the other end.
Toronto forces a turnover here on the other end, though, and down the floor comes Abaji. Nearly gave it right back, but it's picked up by Mitchell. Over to a wide-open Chris Boucher. Far sideline, missed it. Tip, though, underneath is good by Ochai. Raptors trail by 12.
All right, be aware of the personnel on the floor for Cleveland. They got the minivan, the minibus out there, George Niang, and you know what he wants to do.
Well, Kai Jerome just danced his way to the tin. He's not exactly the most fleet of foot, but he made it look easy right there. Laying it up and in to push Cleveland's lead to 25-11. The Cavs are shooting a blistering 77% right now.
Yeah, defense has got to pick up. You know, the ball pressure that we saw work so well early and in the preseason, right now it's not there, and Cleveland's getting what they want.
25-11, Cavaliers leading the Raptors with 4:37 to go in the opening quarter. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Save big at Shoppers Drug Mart's Black Friday Super Sale. Shop now until November 29th and enjoy big savings on the products you love. Plus, open your PC Optimum app, shop your offer, scan, and earn 20,000 points. That's a $20 value. So whether you're shopping for the holidays or your favorites, you'll find really great deals throughout the store, especially since we've dropped prices on hundreds of everyday essentials. Head to Shoppers Drug Mart for the Black Friday Super Sale. Save big, leave happy. Conditions apply. Details in store.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 4:37 to play in the opening quarter as the Raptors trail the Cavaliers 25-11. Toronto getting 5 points right now from Grady Dick. Top scorer in the ballgame overall is Jarrett Allen with 9. But it's been all Cleveland thus far, shooting 77% from the floor, including 80% from distance. Raptors just 1 of 10 from 3 and 5 of 18 overall from the floor. As Cleveland picks up a little pressure in the backcourt on Davion Mitchell, they double-teamed him, and it ends up being a kick ball on Darius Garland, so Toronto will throw it in again and try to do it again. This time Mitchell easily gets across center out on the far side, goes cross-court, right to left to Ochai. At the near elbow now, it's Poeltl. Poeltl holding the ball, hands off to Grady Dick, trying to come around a screen. He's bumped by Garland, turns, fires, and knocks down the jumper clean.
Cleveland, I don't know why, but changed it up, went to a little zone, and that actually gave the Raptors more room.
25-13, Raptors trailing by 12. There's the guy Jonesy was talking about before the last commercial break. He misses the scoop layup, George Niang, but it's a putback jam for Jarrett Allen to clean things up. And now on the other end, Cleveland gets the turnover, and down the floor comes Jerome, who stops on a dime and then calmly lays in after pushing into or pushing off of Jakob Poeltl.
Yeah, he stopped in the lane, and it was like everybody's waiting for the push out, the kick out pass, and instead he laid it in.
So 4 very quick points for the Cavaliers. Pushes their lead to 29-13. Back the other way, Chris Boucher with a nifty bucket underneath. He had to contort his body and almost lay back parallel with the floor before releasing the ball over the outstretched arm of Jared Allen. Cleveland leading 29-15. Weaving his way through traffic, getting to the tin, missing the shot was Georges Niang, but cleaned up on the offensive glass by Jared Allen, who's fouled, and Jared Allen's going to go to the free throw line.
That's twice Georges Niang was forced to put the ball on the floor, which is what you want to do with him.
Yep.
But
gotta get the rebound.
Keep him in front of you. He's not moving that quickly. And twice, Jared Allen has come to the rescue.
So Jared Allen goes to the free throw line, misses the first one. He's got 11 points in the ball game. Had made his previous only attempt at the stripe, but just missed that first one. So the lead stays at 14 for the Cavaliers. 29-15. We await the second free throw for Jared Allen. And that one rattles around and goes down. He's now got a game-high 12 points. Adding a couple of rebounds as well, with the Cavaliers doubling up the Raptors at 30-15. Mitchell hands off on the perimeter to Barrett. Barrett now gives it up near side to Jamison Battle, back up top. Now over on the far side, it's Mitchell inside the arc, getting toward that far elbow, goes cross-court on the perimeter to R.J. Barrett. 3-ball up and in from the near wing for R.J. Barrett.
Nice job by R.J. using the jab step with the left foot to get his rhythm back.
30-18. Jerome to Niang. Up fake, puts it on the floor. Tried to kick it back out. And he does now to Jerome for 3 from the near side. Missed it. And crashing for the rebound, Jonathan Mobo. Here come the Raptors on the other end. It's Boucher out on the far wing. 1 foot inside the arc. Now hands off to Jamison Battle on the far side. Up top, straight away on the logo. It's Mitchell over to Barrett, near side, above the arc. Comes around a screen set by Mobo. Gets down into the painted area. Now goes far corner to Boucher. 3-ball, good look. Missed it. And Toronto scrambles back defensively. Toronto just 2 of 12 from 3.
I was impressed with that last playmaking session, though, by Barrett. Took the screen calmly into the paint and found Boucher.
3-ball. Jerome is good. Cleveland is 5 of 7 from distance. 33-18 now, Cavaliers leading. Mitchell over to Barrett. Goes down low to Chris Boucher. Whipped that pass in a lot of traffic. Nice catch from Chris. And he contorts his body on the baseline and leans in toward the rim to get it to go.
Really strong take by Chris Boucher there between Niang and Allen.
33-20 as Cleveland runs offense. Nice job there by Chris Boucher to get a hand in the pass lane. Knocked that pass away from Georges Niang. It goes down on the other side of the floor, but it'll still be Cleveland ball with 10 on the shot clock.
I was impressed with the discipline of Jamison Battle, knowing that he was guarding Sam Merrill, who is a 3-point shooter. Went with him, didn't go for the shot fake.
Cleveland gets the ball in now as Jerome brings it across center. Shot clock's down to 3. He's out on the far wing. He hoists one up, and it's an air ball picked up by Davion Mitchell, and Mitchell in a sprint gets it to Mobo across center. Mobo going into the paint, lost the handle for a second, gets it back, goes back out on the perimeter to Mitchell, who's going to slow things down a bit. Davion on a switch, has Mobley on him. Goes out far wing to Boucher. Now on the sideline, Barrett tried to give it back to Boucher, had his pass deflected, but he taps it to Boucher, who turns, fires, and is fouled on a jump shot. And Chris Boucher will go to the free throw line.
And those are, RJ rescued himself.
Yep.
I talk about the turnovers, Eric, and the careless ones. You know, RJ saw Boucher open, rightfully so, and then decided to get it to him. But it's the execution of the pass. You can't just throw it. Quick hands are going to knock that away. They're going to deflect it. So just wait and deliver it at the right time, or you know, put a pass fake in there, move the hands. It's the little things right now.
Boucher makes good on both free throws as the Raptors cut it to 11. They've trailed by as many as 16. We're under a minute to go now in the opening quarter as Cleveland comes back with a 33-22 lead. Mobley driving on the near side, got toward the block, left it short. Good contest by Mobo. Picked up on the glass by Boucher ahead to Barrett, far sideline. Barrett trying to get by Jerome. RJ still going into the paint, taking a lot of contact, scoops it, missed it, cleaned up underneath by Boucher. He was fouled going up, but they say clean strip, and here come the Cavs. Niang has it on the wing near side to Merrill, to a cutting Mobley underneath, who dunks it down, and the Cavs lead by 13.
I don't understand the enforcement of the rules. RJ had Ty Jerome wearing him like a cheap suit. There was contact from the hash mark in the backcourt all the way up till he got into the lane. He was leaning on him the entire time. You know, Monty McCutcheon talks about disrupting speed, balance, quickness, and rhythm. All four disrupted there, and no call.
35-22, Raptors trailing by 13, and RJ Barrett, another turnover, Jonesy. You were just talking about it. Merrill, hesitate, sidestep, three ball, good, and the Cavaliers push the lead back to 16 before the end of the frame. Last shot time for the Raptors with 10 seconds to play. Mitchell brings it across center. Davion Mitchell out on the wing, on the far side. Now on a switch, he's picked up by Jerome. Trying to spin away from him, he blows a tire, falls to the floor. Heave at the buzzer is an air ball, and the Raptors with a sloppy opening 12 minutes, shooting just 37%, giving up 4 turnovers and coughing up 65% shooting to the Cavs.
Well, hence a 38, almost 40-point quarter for Cleveland.
And a 16-point lead, 38-22 is the score. Second quarter action comes next on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
People sometimes ask, sure, you can consolidate people's debts using telekinesis, but what else can you do? As if changing lives isn't enough. Well, I can also use my power to make it rain hot dogs. It's still not as cool as consolidating debts into one easy payment, though.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
Toronto, your perfect steak awaits. This December, Chop Steakhouse and Bar opens at 181 University Avenue. Enjoy steaks seared to perfection, handcrafted cocktails, and fresh seafood in a modern, vibrant setting. Whether it's a dinner out, happy hour, or late night cravings, Chop is your new favorite dining destination. Visit chop.ca to view our menu and learn more about downtown Toronto's newest, hottest steakhouse. Chop Steakhouse and Bar, opening soon.
Hi, this is Agric Carrasco from Oakville Infinity Nissan. If you're looking for a used car, you need to hear me out. Why, you may ask? Why should I listen to Carrasco? Well, because right now, if you finance any used car from us, you don't have to make a payment on approved credit, of course. Up to 90 days. No payments, 90 days. This is an incredible offer. Take a payment vacation. There's something happening here at OakvilleNissan.com.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Getting set to start the second quarter. The Raptors are trailing 38-22. Not a great start to the ball game for Toronto. Certainly a lot of work here in the second quarter to clean this up and try and get things a little bit closer by the time we roll around to half. Amit Mann will have our halftime show tonight on the Sportsnet Radio Network. And again, Toronto on the front end of a back-to-back. They will be in Detroit playing the Pistons tomorrow. Ball Shed comes into the ball game now for Toronto as he will bring it up on this opening possession of the second frame. Shed, the rookie, played a couple of nights ago for 905 and now back up with the big club, as did Mobo, who takes the shot right now, flicks it up with a quick shot from just below the free throw line. Got it to go over the outstretched arm of Evan Mobley. Raptors down 38-24. Barrett back the other way with a big-time swat down low. Nice defensive stand for Toronto as it feeds their offense. Here's Barnes. Off that block shot of Merrill. Barnes on the wing near side. Trying to work against George Niang. Backing him down to the block on the near side. Gave him a shoulder shimmy, turns, fires, fouled on the jump shot. And Barnes going to go to the free throw line.
I don't understand. I don't understand how, a question for the next time we see supervisor of officials, Monty McCutcheon. I don't understand how body blocking, like, being an offensive lineman, Scotty's backing down and he and Niang clang bodies like that. Isn't that impeding the progress of the offensive player? You bang like that and there's no call, but yet in the open court, there's a little forearm on
Barrett.
And that's like...
Yep.
Listen, I get it. They got the hardest job in the world, officiating of the major four sports, but it's the consistency that makes it an issue.
38-25, Cavaliers lead by 13 as Scotty Barnes goes 1 for 2 at the stripe. Donovan Mitchell driving his way toward the tin on the near side, went high off the glass with the scoop and a little too much English as it spins off the rim. Raptors grab the rebound down the floor, and Barrett bumped again, and Jonesy has his palms to the sky, and this time they are calling the foul. It looked like RJ lost the handle and went out of bounds, but then at the last minute, Mitchell Irvin did call the foul.
He lost the handle because he was body checked.
Yep.
He lost, and Ty Jerome has the nerve. Ty Jerome has the nerve to say there was no contact.
And the Raptors, unfortunately, off the inbound, come away with nothing. Mobo missing from right underneath. Far corner triple, no good for Niang. Raptors with a rebound underneath as Barnes taps it to Boucher, ahead to Shed. Far side. Shed to the trailer. Scotty, deep triple, pulls up from straight away, missed it badly. Cavaliers on the glass. Scotty tonight 1 of 5, 0 of 3 from distance. Mitchell crossed up Shed, steps into a triple, knocks it down clean. Cavaliers lead 41-25. 1:45 gone by here in the second quarter. Shed on the near side, inside the arc, now getting down into the painted area. Finds Scotty at the near elbow. Goes over in the far corner to Mobo. Had the feet set, knocked down the triple, and made Cleveland pay.
I like that. If he's going to start making that makes him a much more viable threat on the offensive end.
41-28 as Mitchell comes back. Runs into Mobo, and they're going to call the block on Mobo. Just missed getting to that spot first. The feet were shuffling a little bit, so it'll be sideline out of bounds for the Cavaliers. 41-28 with 9:54 to go in the second quarter.
Well, Raptors kind of holding on right now. They need to see if they get this thing inside 10 and start whittling away at it.
Mitchell crossed up Mobo, got into the paint, goes over far sideline, 3-ball, left short by Niang, down low, ball tapped around, but secured by Mobo, so there's the stop. Let's see if the Raptors can get a bucket. Barnes ahead to Boucher right under the tin. Wow. Tough catch on the baseline, fouled by Mobley, and it's going to be a couple of free throws for Boucher. I'll tell you what, the Cleveland Browns could use catches like that, Jonesy.
Yeah, it's a great catch. A really risky pass by Scotty Barnes, but a great catch. I mean, that was just over the outstretched arm of Evan Mobley.
As Boucher goes to the stripe and knocks down the first free throw. Chris, a nice spark off the bench tonight. 7 points on 3 of 3, shooting at the stripe, 2 of 6 from the floor overall. Awaiting a second free throw, the Canadian hoists it up, and it's clean. Raptors have cut it to 11. They've trailed by as many as 16 on a couple of occasions. 41-30 with 9:32 to go here in the first half. Porter Jr. over to Mobley, who lost the handle, dribbled it off his leg, picked up by Scotty Barnes. Barnes out on the far sideline. Inside the arc, he's got Mitchell on him. He spins away from Donovan Mitchell, now grabbed by Mobley. Out to Barrett, far sideline, 3-ball, no good, long rebound, secured by Niang, ahead to Porter. Across center, Porter now hands off to Tyson, back to Porter. Porter trying to drive now, crossed up Barrett, got to the free throw line, skips through, passes back out on the perimeter to Niang, misses the 3, trying to guide it back in twice was Mobley, misses both times, but on the second attempt they're going to call a foul on Chris Boucher and send Mobley to the free throw line.
Got to block out, old-time box out. I know Chris is long and athletic, but so is Evan Mobley, and you're probably not going to win a jumping contest against that guy.
So Mobley heads to the stripe for the first time tonight. Starting to fill up the stat sheet a little bit here in terms of his production across the board. 4 points, make it 5. 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal for Evan Mobley. Wears that red wine number 4 on the back of the white Cavaliers jersey. Raptors in black tonight, trimmed with the red and white. 42-30. Cavaliers leading by 12, shooting 53% from the floor. As Mobley's second free throw goes down, the lead increases to 13. 8:50 to go now here in the opening half. RJ's got it straight away, well above the arc, out near center. Lobs the pass over to Barnes, 1 foot inside the arc. Scotty still holding it as he fires on the near side, back to Barrett. RJ trying to spin away from Tyson. Shot clock down to 3. Barrett's going to have to go. Driving toward the near baseline, kisses it off glass and gets it to go.
Great job by RJ. Great recognition. Going to that left hand for the high glass finish.
43-32, 11-point lead for the Cavs. Mitchell, up fake. Mobo went after it, but then Mitchell came down, passed it back off to Porter, back over to Mitchell. Mitchell looking to drive now. Got to the near elbow, then little stutter start, got to the tin, laid it in.
Mobo was right there, didn't contest. Mitchell slippery on the offensive end, real good skill.
Mitchell up to 8 points on 3 of 7 shooting. The lead goes back to 13 for the Cavs as Scotty has it. Over on the far wing to RJ. Good look at a 3-ball, left it short, long rebound. Was pulled down by Donovan Mitchell out on the far side. He was falling out of bounds, so he dribbled it behind his back to keep it alive. It went right into the hands of Boucher under the tin, who put it in with ease.
Never save it towards your own basket. Always throw it the other way.
Raptors got the gift there, took advantage, trailed by 11, and now they forced the turnover. Mobo down the floor, got by Mobley, fouled at the tin, and he's going to go to the free throw line. Mobley's looking at his bench saying, I thought I tied him up. That could be a jump ball. I don't know if the Cavaliers are going to try and challenge this or not, but it looks like Mobo might have 2 free throws. Mobo's certainly active, Jones. He's got those hands and that wingspan all over the place.
Yeah. Really good job in the passing lane. I know we get a look at the replay that he had his hand on the ball, but that doesn't count the grab before and the other arm around the waist.
First free throw is good. Raptors cut it to 10. If he can knock down this second free throw, they'll get it down to single digits like you were calling for a couple of possessions ago. As Grady Dick now checks back into the ball game. He'll come in for RJ Barrett. Barrett sits down, 3 of 8, 7 points, 3 boards, and I believe Jakob Poeltl's going to come into the ball game as well. Indeed, Yak is back. So it's Shed, Mobo, Barnes, Poeltl, and Grady Dick. Okoro, Mobley, Mitchell, Porter, and Tyson for the Cavs. Mobo hits the second free throw, so it is inside single digits. 9-point lead for the Cavs, 7:30 to go, and Toronto just snagged another steal. Jamal Shed just took it away from the Cavs. Down the floor comes Grady Dick, went right at Mobley. Contact, no call. Mobo grabs the rebound. And what are they calling?
Calling a jump ball, I think, between Mobo.
It looks like they're giving the ball to the Raptors, Jonesy. But Mobo had the ball in his hands.
Unless it was tied up and Mobley was standing on the baseline.
That must have been it because it's Raptors ball. Shed's going to inbound from the baseline far side. And he gets called for a 5-second violation that seemed like it was a very, very quick 5 seconds.
Well, it wasn't just the quick 5 seconds. Grady was being held on the inbound by Jalen Tyson and Brandon Adair, the official, standing right there, and Darko all over him. That's what, you wait for the play to develop, but.
Raptors, though, don't give up anything as they force another turnover. Scotty Barnes takes it away, goes to the length of the floor, and is fouled from behind. So it could have, maybe should have been an and one, but he just couldn't get the English to go, and he's going to have to earn 2 at the stripe. He came over after Grady Dick put a little bit of pressure on Donovan Mitchell, and Barnes just came flying out of nowhere to double him up and take that ball away.
This is like a biddy ball game right now where there's just so many fouls, the referees don't know what to call.
Barnes' first free throw is good. Raptors have it down to 8.
Well, and what do you know? The Raptors on the right end of a free throw differential for a change.
Cleveland right now in the second quarter shooting just 2 of 7. They've seen their field goal percentage drop from 62, almost 63, down to 54. Barnes missed the second free throw. Grady Dick was right there. He thought it went off Cleveland. He was pleading to the officials. He didn't think he touched it, but they're giving the ball to the Cavs. Scotty tonight, 2 of 3 at the stripe. That was his first miss. He's only 1 of 5 from the floor. Raptors trailing 45-37. Mitchell again shoves his way into Dick. No call. And a triple missed on the far sideline by the Cavaliers. Raptors grab the rebound off the Tyson air ball. Brady Dick in the lane lobs a dangerous pass into traffic that was, I don't know where he was going. I know he was looking for Pirtle, but
he was up in the air.
Man.
He was up in the air, and that, like, Pirtle was covered. That would be like a quarterback throwing into double coverage. Like that. You're coming back. You've cut the lead inside 10. Now you really have
Don't make mistakes.
Really have to value the ball to get a quality look.
6:42 to go, second quarter. Raptors trailing 45-37 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective?
What's up, Raptors fans? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for the Raptors matchup. We really appreciate you being here. Please take a second, hit that like button down below, and share this link out so we can get more basketball fans in here. We have to start matching the Leafs chats. I got my Holy Mackinac sweater on because of Joe Bowen's calls. We need to match that energy from the Leafs nights over here on the Raptors. We'll see you back in the chat. Thank you for hitting that like and sharing it out. Let's bring some more basketball fans in here. Go Raps, go.
And youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
The Nissan All-In Clear-Out event is on now, where you can finance select remaining 2024 Kicks from 0.99% or lease from 2.99% for 24 months. Plus, qualified Nissan owners may receive up to $500 in loyalty bonus. Go all in with the Nissan Kicks and start dreaming of where best-in-class fuel economy can take you. Add impressive cargo capacity for whatever comes your way, and your imagination is officially free to wander. Conditions apply. Quantities limited. See Nissan.ca for details.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Second quarter, 6:42 to play. Raptors trailing 45-38. They've cut it to 7 as Toronto tries to climb that hill. They trailed by as many as 16. They've chopped it in half, more than half. And we'll see if they can keep it going after this timeout as we are approaching the midway point of quarter number 2. Jonesy, I mentioned earlier that you had Jamal Shed and Jonathan Mobo down with Raptors 905, Jacoby Walter as well. And I don't know if you saw any of the pictures or any of the highlights, but about 75% of the main team was at the game as well on Friday night cheering on their teammates.
I like that. Builds good camaraderie.
Raptors turn the ball over out of the timeout. Down the other end of the floor. Bucket and a foul for Porter. Toronto sloppy with the inbound, and now Davion Mitchell trying to make a defensive play, picks up a foul, and it's a three-point opportunity for the Cavs.
Sloppy's a good word. Just a careless, unforced turnover by Grady. Trying to throw it to Pirtle. Knocked away by Craig Porter Jr., and away he went.
Misses the free throw, and it falls right into the hands of Jakob Pirtle, who hands it off to Jonathan Mobo, who brings it across center. Davion Mitchell out on the wing far side. Goes cross court right to left to Ochai. Back over to Mitchell. Now above the free throw line, it's Pirtle. Pirtle looking to give it up, and he does on a handoff to Mobo. Inside the paint, turns, fires, floats it up, and got the friendly roll, rim glassing in.
I like Mobo being aggressive. He's a guy that's great defensively, rebounds, pretty solid. If he can give you some offense, that's a bonus.
Raptors down by 8 with exactly 6 minutes to go in quarter number 2. Backing his way down to the right block, it's Okoro. Kicks it out on the sideline to Garland, and they're going to wipe out the bucket. You might know why, because Jonesy was losing his mind there as Tyson came flying over the back of Mobo. And it's a foul on the Cavs, so the Raptors will get the ball.
Like that was a straight out push in the back.
That's whiplash for Jonathan Mobo. And down the floor we go. A couple of free throws coming from Mobo. Mobo. First one up and clean. And how about the play of Jonathan Mobo, Jonesy, in 9 minutes off the bench? He's got 10 points and 4 rebounds. Both he and Boucher with 10 points off the bench. The second unit providing a spark tonight for Toronto. As they look to climb this hill, they've cut it to 7 after being down by as many as 16. As Mobo hits the second free throw, now trailing by only 6.
So many of the young guys that the Raptors drafted this year have great potential. You know, Shed, Mobo. We haven't seen a lot of Jacoby Walter, but I just like what I've seen from Jonathan Mobo and Jamison Battle.
Raptors in the midst of a 16-6 run. They've cut it to 6. Tyson out to Garland, up fake on the near wing. Now drives into the paint, and he's wiped out near the glass by Mobo, but the loose ball's picked up by Tyson. His floater in traffic, no good. Raptors push ahead, Mobo to Grady. Grady now slowing things down a little bit as he gives it up to one of the trailers, Ochai. Now over to Pirtle on the near side. Pirtle trying to back his way down, take advantage of Tyson. He's got the size. He spins to his right, turns, fires, and left it short. A golden opportunity for Jakob Pirtle. A very uncharacteristic miss right there for Yak.
On a smaller player in the lane, too. Yeah.
47-41. Raptors down by 6.
He's only been able to squeeze off 2 shots tonight, Pirtle. But then again, he is playing against bigger people in general, and Allen and Mobley. That time, had a smaller person, couldn't take advantage.
Cavs inbound. Garland's got it right now. Trying to weave his way into some traffic, trying to shake free from Ochai. Thought about the step-back triple, instead gives it up. As the Cavs work it around, here's Tyson into the lane. Back out onto the sideline, Garland. And as he drives, he throws his head back. There was some contact from Ochai, and it's a foul on Abaji.
Interesting. You talk about throwing the head back, and you laughed at me when years ago I said if I was coaching, I'd be teaching that. You said, Jones, you'd be teaching that? Yeah, because you get a foul. Have you seen any of the social media stuff from Bill Bano, former Raptors assistant,
yes.
talking about how when he came to Toronto, he taught Kyle and DeMar to snap their head back and yell, "Hey!" on the drive, and you started getting foul calls. It's all about deception right now.
Free ball for Garland, no good. Down low, nice box out by Pirtle. Beat Allen to the rebound. Here comes Grady Dick. Thought about the 3. Gives it up to Mobo. Mobo now in the paint. Lost the handle. Was taken away by Cleveland. They forced the turnover. Toronto had a chance to cut it to 4, maybe even 3. Instead, here come the Cavs. Allen underneath the 10. Turns, fires. Bucket is good. Lead increases back up to 8.
It's a 4-point swing there. You got a fast break opportunity, get nothing, and they come down and score.
49-41, wide open look, far wing, and Davion Mitchell makes the Cavs pay. With the 3 ball, Raptors have cut it to 5.
Doing a really good job in this second quarter. Really, really good job. Great intensity, bringing the Cavs shooting percentage down.
49-44, 5-point lead for the Cavaliers. 3:50 to go here in the first half. Garland on the baseline, near side. Cut off. Now tries to go up and under through traffic. Hands it off to Allen on the left block. Tight quarters with those passes, but Allen caught it, went up, was fouled, and he's going to the line.
Toronto holding Cleveland to 4 of 14 so far in the second quarter.
Cavs have dipped down to 50%.
Yeah.
Remember, they started the game, I believe, was it 10 of 13? They were shooting around 77%.
Including 1 of 6 this quarter from 3.
7 of 16 overall. The Raptors 4 of 17. As the first free throw goes down for Jarrett Allen, it increases the Cleveland lead to 50-44. And we'll have a couple of changes coming in now for the Cavs. Evan Mobley will check into the ball game. And actually, do we have a timeout now? I believe we do. So we'll step aside for the break with the Raptors down 6. 3:47 until half. On Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Desjardins Insurance cares a lot about their clients. In fact, it's packed with such a ginormous amount of vast and substantial care that's bursting with even more whoppingly humongous and colossal care. You might be a little surprised when we tell you that all of that care fits in the palm of your hand. With the Desjardins Insurance mobile app, you'll get a big hand with 24/7 paper-free access to all of your home and auto policies, including your digital pink slip. Get insurance that's really big on care at Desjardins.com/care.
As fall approaches and birds head south, a different kind of bird emerges, the Subaru. While migratory flocks seek warmth, Subaru's symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive keeps drivers soaring through the wild. During the migrating season, Subaru's hunger for adventure grows exponentially, driving the intrigued radio listeners to fall for Subaru at their local Subaru dealerships, experiencing an adventure of their own. So migrate to your local Subaru dealership to book a test drive today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 50-44 is the score. Cleveland leading by 6 with 3:47 to go until halftime. We've got one more free throw coming in a moment for Jared Allen as Toronto looks to play the comeback game tonight. After trailing by as many as 16, they've got this thing down to 6. Jones, do you think Charles Oakley might be at the game tonight in Cleveland? I mean, I know he's in the Ohio area, and he's got that mobile kitchen going all the time.
That's his stomping grounds. He might be. I'm sure if he is, our Sportsnet TV crew will find him. But
Oakman was a recent guest on the Smith & Jones show as well.
He's so good to talk to.
You can listen back on the podcast if you missed that one again. You can find it on Apple or Spotify or wherever you get your podcast.
And some of our listeners and subscribers texting us saying, do you believe that? Are you with that? Because he was talking about retiring the jersey or a statue
Leonard.
For Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
And as I said to you and I said when we talked about it, you can talk about all the points and all the accolades you want. If you ain't got chips or rings, it don't matter.
Grady Dick pull-up jumper, left it way short, barely grazed iron. Another chance for the Raptors to cut it to 4. Comes up empty. The Raptors got the ball down the floor off the Jared Allen missed free throw. Trailing by 6. They got empty, though, and now Allen misses right under the 10. A rare one for him. In fact, his first miss of the game. And Toronto does indeed finally convert on the other end with a driving layup for Ochai Agbaji. It's down to 4.
Really nice job. Raptors playing to their strength. Fast break.
50-46.
Fast break basketball.
Darius Garland been very quiet tonight at the near elbow. Kicks it out on the perimeter near side. Now driving into the paint. Jerome cut off. Goes back out to Garland for 3. Take that, E. Smith. Who said I'm quiet? A 3-ball pushes the lead to 7.
Drive and kick. Got to keep your guy in front of you so nobody has to help.
53-46. Grady Dick catches it on the wing near side. Faked the pass. Kept it himself. Set the feet. And knocked down the triple.
Good job by Grady.
Grady with 10 points in the ball game. And now we've got a foul coming in on Dick with 2:37 to go until halftime.
Ty Jerome looking like he's auditioning for an Academy Award. A little push, and you'd think he was trying to block Chris Jones or something.
Raptors down 53-49. As the first free throw goes down for Jerome. Now a 5-point lead at 55-49 with R.J. Barrett coming back into the ballgame. Jerome tonight off the bench with 11 points in 11 minutes. Looking for 12 right now with his second free throw. And it's good. Lead goes back up to 6. 2:35 until half. Cross court, Davion Mitchell to R.J. Barrett. Nice pass between the legs of Mobley, and then Pirtle missed. Yak tonight has thrown up a donut, 0 of 3, no points in the ball game. Mobley out to Jerome. Turning the corner into the paint, free throw line jumper, rim glass and in.
He's played well for them, Ty Jerome, a guy that 14 points off the bench, a guy that Kenny Atkinson had in Golden State.
Scotty Barnes, 3-ball, no good, back rim, but in traffic, going high for the rebound is Grady Dick, fading toward the baseline. Missed the shot, but tipped in by Jakob Poeltl. Finally gets his first bucket. Raptors trail by 6.
Nice job, Grady, keeping it alive and Yeah, getting a hand on it.
57-51. Jerome, far side, got into the paint, kicks it back out to Mobley. Now Mobley drives into the paint. That thing was tipped or no? No, it's just going to be out of bounds off Cleveland as he lost the handle. Toronto ball.
He lost the handle and wanted contact, but it wasn't the contact that made him throw it away.
57-51. Raptors down 6 with just over 90 seconds to play. Grady Dick nearly lost the ball, but they're going to call a foul on the Cavaliers. And that one's going to go against Jerome.
Ty Jerome wants every call. When did he become LeBron James? That's, to be honest, that's the issue in the game right now too.
Everybody's
complaining.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, the captain was the one that talked to the ref, and the ref looked at anybody else and said, "Man, shut up."
Grady Dick, free throw, first one is good.
We got to look at the replay. Jerome was all over the left wrist and it wasn't the hand, the top of the hand, it was the wrist.
Raptors have cut it to 5 again at 57-52. Grady's going to try and get it down to 4. Free throw up and clean. It's a 4-point game with 1:31 to go until half as Cleveland gets it in, and Jerome will bring it up across center.
Really impressed with the Raptors' second quarter here.
Jerome driving, got toward the near elbow, drew in traffic, kicks it out, far wing, 3-ball, up and in. Tough break there for the Raptors. A wide open look for Donovan Mitchell. He's not going to miss many of those.
Well, Davion Mitchell got sucked into the lane.
Barnes to Pirtle at the free throw line, looked to kick it out to Mitchell, and his pass was telegraphed and picked off down the other end off the turnover come the Cavs. Garland around a screen set by Mobley. Was it illegal? I don't know, but Davion Mitchell got hit hard and went down to the floor. He quickly gets back up, staring down the official. Raptors have now fallen down 9. Barrett underneath the 10, reverse layup is good, as the Raptors cut it to 7 with 47 seconds to play.
So that screen on Mobley, 9 times out of 10 is called illegal because you're outside the width of your own hips and shoulders.
62-55. Cavaliers deep one. Far side is good. Man, oh man. Jerome has had one heck of a first half for the Cavaliers. A 29-footer. He's got 17 off the bench. Raptors have unfortunately fallen down double figures again, despite all the work they did. 65-55. Last shot time for the Cavs. There is about a 1.5-second differential, but they will hold and take this last one. Three seconds to play. Jerome, another deep one. It rattled around, nearly went down. Pirtle with the rebound. A heave at the buzzer. Hit the backboard from, I don't even know, 70 feet, maybe 68 feet. He missed it, but the Raptors go into the break, trailing by 10.
Shouldn't count as a field goal attempt. Shouldn't. That's, my pages of things for the competition committee. Anything under 5 seconds on your own side of center. Encourage guys to shoot it.
So it only counts if it goes in.
It's like what happens when you drive and you get fouled. If it goes in, you get the bucket. If it doesn't, it's no shot attempt because you have free throws. Same deal.
Amit Mann's coming up with the halftime show as the Raptors go into the break, trailing by 10, 65-55. We'll be back with the second half in about 15 minutes' time. You're listening to Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win.
Hey, Raptors fans, thank you so much for being a part of this awesome community here on TSI while we hang out live every single Toronto Raptors game and listen to our guys, whether they're winning or losing. We've been doing a lot of losing as of late, but I just wanted to stop this stream, and I added this background here. Is there anybody out in the chat that has been to a Raptors game at Maple Leaf Gardens? I know they only played a few there. It wasn't a ton of games. I never made it to MLG for a Raptors game or a Huskies game back in the day. But if anybody in the chat has been there, please let us know. That is so cool. And thank you for being here and help support our channel and our partnership with SickKids Hospital in Toronto. We did big things with the Create 100K campaign. We're on to even bigger things again real soon during hockey season and a little bit later in basketball season. Go Raptors, go. Thank you for being here. Cheers. We'll see you in the chat.
Services such as testosterone replacement therapy, ED treatment, medical weight loss, and more. Set up your free testosterone test and consultation at GameDayOntario.com.
Amazon Black Friday week is here with up to 35% off toys to stuff their stocking. Noise-canceling tech to silent their night. And fashion like slippers to missile their toes. Shop Amazon's Black Friday deals now.
Getting my Honda CR-V has opened the door to adventure. With Econ Mode to maximize fuel efficiency, I'm free to explore. And with tons of cargo space, it's easy to pack for getaways. My dog, camping gear. It's like I've discovered a wild, adventurous side of me. Alice is excited too.
Lease the CR-V LX two-wheel drive for $99 weekly at 2.99% APR for 28 months with $2,000 down. Offer includes $1,500 lease bonus. OAC conditions apply. See HondaOntario.com.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590. The Fan.
Thank you, Eric and Paul. My name is Emmett Mann. I'll be with you for the next 13 minutes or so. The halftime show is brought to you by Honda. Up your game. Leads the CR-V from 2.99% up to 28 months. Visit HondaOntario.com. At the half, it's 65-55 for the Cleveland Cavaliers. A fun first half, not a very fun first quarter for the Toronto Raptors so far. Chris Boucher, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. Jonathan Mobo, 11 points, 6 rebounds. He was great in that first half. Grady Dick, 12 points. RJ Barrett, 9 on the Cavaliers side. Ty Jerome, will you chill? My goodness, 17 points. Jared Allen, he had a huge impact in this first half. He had 15. The Raptors are 4 of 17 from 3. The Cavaliers, meanwhile, they're 10 of 20. Well, that's kind of your story right there. Hot shooting paced them to a 38-22 first quarter advantage. But the Raptors, the second quarter, outscored them 33-27. They got it down to 4 points. But unfortunately, another flurry of threes opened it up once again. So the Raptors, 65-55. We're going to get back to covering this first half in just a moment. And we'll break it down and we'll get to that last 24 minutes of the game in just a second. You are listening to Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and sportsnet.ca.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Sam had aspirations of opening a clothing boutique. She called Alpine Credits and was sent a speedy superhero to help with a business loan. Super speed doesn't translate to radio, but when our hero runs, she sounds like this. If you ran at the speed of light, you'd sound funny too. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616. Black Friday is on now at Sport Check. Save up to 60% on winter jackets, shoes, equipment, electronics, and more from the brands you love. See in store or sportcheck.ca for more details. Say it with sport this holiday season.
Hey, Michael Jordan here, the one from Toronto. But new Moi Rewards still puts me in the spotlight. I get new ways to save every time I shop at Metro and Food Basics. Moi Rewards, made for everyone, even me, Michael Jordan. Join today and save.
Going on vacation? Spending money in another currency? From dollars to dong, pounds to pesos. If you're still using major banks, you could be getting ripped off. Instead, use Wise and save up to 3 times compared to major banks when you spend money in another currency. Download the Wise app today. Wise, the app for doing things in other currencies. Terms and conditions apply.
How do you, Subway holiday lover?
I'm dreaming of a turkey sub.
Well, hold on to your chestnuts for Subway's new festive faves meal. A 6-inch turkey sub with cranberry Dijon, crispy potato rings, and 2 red velvet cookies.
Ooh, jingle my bells.
No thank you, but all this delicious and fixins for just $8.99.
Yum. Maybe some sugar plums.
No idea what that is. The new festive faves meal. A merry $8.99. Only at Subway. At participating Canadian restaurants. Extras edition. Terms and conditions apply.
By the fireplace.
Greenhouse gas pollution heats the planet
and threatens our nature.
Canada's carbon price is designed to reduce this pollution in order to protect our environment.
And the Canada Carbon Rebate gives money back to Canadians.
In Ontario, an individual gets $560 this year, with a bonus for those in rural areas.
Have it both ways with the Canada Carbon Rebate. Find out how it works and how much you could receive at canada.ca/carbon rebate.
A message from the Government of Canada.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back to the halftime show. The Raptors trail by 10, 65-55, and we'll see if they can make that up in the second half here. But this first half, I mean, we kind of saw what the problem was with the Toronto Raptors in that first half and where they kind of struggled, and that was, well, 3-point shooting for one. They shot a lot of threes and they looked somewhat open, but also the Cavaliers, I mean, they made the Raptors shoot shots that they wanted them to take, right? They're very comfortable with the Raptors taking a lot of threes because they know that this team, you know, they are one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league. They put up the fewest amount, and I'm sure they're trying to rectify that a little bit, but the Cavaliers, they rolled out a matchup zone, and when you encounter that, you have to move a lot without the ball. There has to be a lot of purpose to it, and you have to make sure that you're finding the gaps in the defense and finding ways to execute within that. In the Raptors, there just wasn't nearly enough off-ball movement. There was a possession where Scotty Barnes, he picked up his dribble. We'll get to more Scotty stuff in just a second, but he picks up his dribble, and now you have 4 Raptors looking at him. They're all on the perimeter, and I'm just thinking, like, someone has to cut, someone has to come to the ball because most of you guys are not really threats, and the Cavaliers, you're kind of playing into their hands right now. So the Raptors, they got to get their momentum going a little bit more, and they did that through some key bench contributors. Jonathan Mobo and Chris Boucher, both of them were excellent in that first half. Boucher, he had 10 points and 3 rebounds. Jonathan Mobo, 11 points, 6 rebounds, and he also had a furious block. Actually, it was pretty good. For Jonathan, I mean, he's doing the simple things. Like, and the Raptors, I mean, their ethos is it's about off-ball movement. It's about, you know, moving with purpose and cutting off ball. And fortunately, straight up, like Chris and Jonathan, they were doing that. They were coming off, you know, dribble handoffs, and they were getting to the basket. They were offensive rebounding. They were making some good 45 cuts, which actually opened up the offense a little bit. And they were playing off RJ Barrett at times. RJ had 9 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Kind of quiet, but he was making some good decisions on the floor. And that was helping the Raptors kind of catapult themselves and get some good offensive possessions out of it. Jakob Poeltl was a little bit quiet. He only 2 points, but he's encountering some big dudes down there in Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. So he's going to struggle a little bit. I thought Scotty was a little bit passive in the sense that, you know, he's 1 of 7. He's taken 5 threes. That's far too much. And he's got to get to the basket. And I think Darko and company, they got to find ways to get him more possessions closer to the basket, whether it's him moving off a ball, it's clearing his side, but he also has to make faster decisions. They're way too slow right now. And you're kind of playing again into the Cavaliers' hands if you're going to play a very slow brand of basketball. And, you know, for the Raptors now, they got to find ways to get in the paint more. You know, the Cavaliers, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, 2 very huge physical defenders. And Jared Allen, as I mentioned, you know, prior, he was a big influence in that first half. You know, he's a big body. He's protecting the rim. You got to make him move. You got to make him work. And the Cavs, I mean, they have the pull-up shooting and Donovan Mitchell. They have Darius Garland. They have 2 guys that are going to be able to create easy offense. And for Toronto, you know, contain them. They did a lot more switching in that second quarter, and that actually helped them, you know, kind of squeeze that lead and get a little bit closer. But that was when they had a few of those bench players, and they're also able to switch a Jonathan Mobo onto a Davion Mitchell, or to a Donovan Mitchell, or to Darius Garland. And, you know, from now, the Raptors have to find ways to get quality offensive possessions. They also have to rebound the ball and counter that matchup zone with ball movement. It's a lot more side to side, in, out, and they got to use Jakob Poeltl, high post. He had a few good possessions with Grady Dick working off of him. They had a few with Jonathan Mobo as well, and also Chris Boucher. Now, Jakob, he may not be able to finish as much around the basket because of some of the dudes that he's encountering, but I'm pretty happy with the half that he had overall because he's in a bit of a tough spot. You need him to make smart passes, and the turnovers have to be minimized. But the Raptors right now, it's a lot of live ball turnovers, and those ones just kill you. They just like sink your offense, and they had a few of those down the stretch of that second quarter, which kind of tanked their run. They had a nice run going. They outscored the Cavaliers 16-6, and then from that point, they were unable to kind of match the scoring punch of the Cavaliers. And I think we need Scotty to probably take less threes. I mean, it's fun to take threes and all that stuff, but also as a star player, an emerging player, you got to know when it's time to call it quits and when it's time to just get back at it. So we're going to see how things go for the Toronto Raptors in the second half. And Eric Smith and Paul Jones will get you there. You are listening to Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and sportsnet.ca.
Save big at Shoppers Drug Mart's Black Friday Super Sale. Shop now until November 29th and enjoy big savings on the products you love. Plus, open your PC Optimum app, shop your offer, scan, and earn 20,000 points. That's a $20 value. So whether you're shopping for the holidays or your favorites, you'll find really great deals throughout the store, especially since we've dropped prices on hundreds of everyday essentials. Head to Shoppers Drug Mart for the Black Friday Super Sale. Save big, leave happy. Conditions apply. Details in store.
Jim, sweetie, it's me, Dawn, on the radio. Please don't get me earrings again this year. I have a jewelry box full of them. I love them, but all I really want is a gift certificate to Thermea Spa Village. And who knows? If you get a gift certificate for 2, I might even make you my +1. Okay, love ya.
This holiday season, give your loved ones what they really want. Give the gift of Thermea. Visit thermea.com/Whitby to purchase a gift certificate. Take good care.
At Desjardins, we speak business. We speak equipment modernization. We're fluent in data digitization and expansion into foreign markets. And we can talk all day about streamlining manufacturing processes. Because at Desjardins Business, we speak the same language you do. Business. So join the more than 400,000 Canadian entrepreneurs who already count on us and contact Desjardins today. We'd love to talk business.
If it's a flat or a squeal, a wobble or peel, your tread's worn down or you need a new wheel, wherever you go, you can get a pro at Tread Experts.
The new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. Find a Michelin Tread Experts dealer near you at treadexperts.ca/locations.
From tires to auto repair, we're always there. TreadExperts.ca.
The Nissan All-In Clear-Out event is on now, where you can lease or finance the 2024 Pathfinder SL Premium from 1.99% for 24 months. Plus, qualified Nissan owners may receive up to $500 in loyalty bonus. Go all in with the Nissan Pathfinder, featuring 7 drive and terrain modes to fully amp up the adventure. Add intelligent 4x4, and it won't take long before you realize you just leveled up. Conditions apply. See Nissan.ca for details.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you, getting set to start the second half. Raptors trailing by 10, 65-55. As Ahmet Mann was talking about at the half, we discussed it going into the halftime break as well. The Raptors did a lot of work to get a 16-point Cleveland lead down to 4. But unfortunately, the Raptors allowed the Cavs to punch it back into double figures before we hit the break. Now the Raptors playing the catch-up game again here. They start the third quarter with the ball. Grady Dick to a cutting R.J. Barrett. Lost the handle, gets it back. Now dribbles back out to Davion Mitchell, who gives it up to Scotty Barnes. Back to Mitchell on the far side, getting into the paint down toward the baseline. Lost the handle. Loose ball picked up by Jared Allen. Turnover for the Raptors. Across center near side, it's Garland. Weaving through traffic on the far side, gets through traffic, scoops it up, missed. Cleaned up by Pirtle, and he will lead the charge. To RJ, back to Pirtle, cutting to the tin, lays it in, and the Raptors cut it to 8.
Really smart play by Pirtle. Transports the ball partway and says, okay, I've done enough. Before I turn it over, let me give it to a better ball handler, and then he finishes.
Quickly, though, the Raptors give up the 2 on the other end as Evan Mobley drives on the far side, and as he got toward the baseline, he floated one up with a one-hander, got it to go, And now Barrett misses on the other end for Toronto, right down under the tin. Missed from about 3 feet. Garland, far wing. Mitchell's 3-ball is good, and Cleveland leads by 13.
Well, the intensity coming out of the locker room, not quite there for Toronto.
Baseline, near side. Scotty Barnes short-armed it, missed it, and the Raptors try and scramble back defensively. Scotty has had a rough night tonight, to be honest, folks. 1 of 8 from the floor. Toronto down 13. Mobley trying to go at Barnes right now. Now he whips the pass over into the near corner. Okoro 3, and the 16-point lead is back, folks. 73-57. Cleveland on top.
Well, and a wise timeout by Darko. The Raptors did not come out of the locker room with the requisite intensity, and Cleveland making them pay right now.
73-57. We're just over 90 seconds into the third quarter. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito. My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century? That's how Gary fans. And we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Active Green and Ross.
Warm up to winter savings with Michelin. Get up to $100 Michelin prepaid MasterCard when you purchase a set of 4 Michelin tires between October 4th and December 20th. From tires to tune-ups, we won't be undersold. There's no better place to buy your Michelin tires than
Active Green and Ross.
Conditions apply. See store for details.
Discover more value than ever this Black Friday at Loblaws. Until November 27th, save.
Hey you. Yeah, you. The basketball fan that's hanging out with us during the Raptors game tonight, thank you for hanging out with us. Please, if I got your attention, please help us grow this awesome community of Toronto sports fans that we have here. We're on our way to 100K to go get that plaque, baby. That's what we're doing. Thank you for hanging out with us every single Toronto Raptors game, and we're live for every single Toronto sports game, plus the playoffs. So hopefully the Raptors will make the playoffs, or they're going to tank for flag. I don't know. We'll find out through the season, but thank you for being here and hitting that subscribe button and turn on that bell. And if you are already part of the club, thank you for joining us on this ride so far. We'll see you back in the chat. Let's go, Raptors!
Can't give guys open looks.
Cleveland right now getting 17 points off the bench. It was all in the first half from Jerome. But in the starting lineup, Mitchell's got 14 and Allen has 15. Raptors with just one player in their starting unit, Grady Dick, with double figures. That's 12 points for him, as it's now R.J. Barrett matching with 12 as he just buried a 3-ball out of the timeout. It's about digging in on this end of the floor, though, and that will help as Cleveland just turned the ball over. Darius Garland with a errant pass there intended for Okoro, and back the other way come the Raptors. Mitchell hands off on the perimeter to Grady Dick, straight away above the arc. It's Barnes to Barrett, cutting on the far side. Gets it back out on the perimeter to Mitchell to Barnes. Barnes tries to clear out, gets to the near elbow, now hands off to Barrett. Barrett turning the corner into the paint, takes the bump, lets the shot go, late whistle. Correct call. 2 free throws coming for R.J. Barrett.
Aggressive R.J. into Okoro. And the foul came as Barrett tried to go driving to his left, tried to kind of step to his right, and that's where Okoro met him. I like the aggressive take, though, by young Mr. Barrett.
73-60, Raptors trailing by 13 as RJ misses the first free throw. It's his first appearance at the stripe, 5 of 11 from the floor, 12 points, 3 boards, a couple of assists. As he misses the second free throw as well, 0 for 2 for R.J. Barrett. That's been his biggest issue this season. Free throw shooting, came in shooting about 71.5%. Raptors down by 13 as Mitchell has it on the wing near side. Turns, fires, misses the shot. Rebound far side toward the sideline by Barnes. Sprinting across center, going all the way to the tin, and finishing with a left hand in traffic.
Right, really nice job by Scotty. When the Raptors play like that, fast break basketball, they're very effective.
73-62. Raptors have cut it to 11. Garland above the arc, out on the far wing, goes inside the arc toward Mobley. Trying to shake free from R.J. Barrett and away from the ball. We've got a defensive 3-second violation going against the Raptors.
Go on Jakob Poeltl.
So it'll be a technical free throw and then the ball for the Cavs, with them currently leading by 11, 73-62, 9:10 to go in the third quarter. And the free throw rattles around and goes down for Donovan Mitchell. .12 lead now, 74-62. 9:10 to play in the frame. Cavs taking a long time to get it in, and that's going to be a 5-second violation. And I'll tell you, fair is fair. That seemed like a quick 5 as well.
It's almost as if the internal clock on the inbounder tells him, I got to get rid of it. And the panic look on his face tells the referee, yeah, it's about 5, whether it is or not.
Driving near side, falling toward the baseline, taking some contact. R.J. Barrett missed the shot, and Cleveland with the rebound. Down the other end comes Garland. Looked like he had a lane to lay it in. He tried to force a pass in traffic, bobbled it. Raptors get down the floor, 2-on-1. Grady Dick. It's going to be a goaltend on Jared Allen as Toronto took advantage. Nice pass by Scotty Barnes from the far corner along the baseline. He just reached up and a two-hand overhead pass went about 55 feet ahead to Barrett, who found Grady, who's credited with the bucket.
It's like a soccer throw-in by Scotty. Yeah. Really, really good job and good awareness. Use that hit-ahead pass. Ball travels faster than anybody could dribble it.
Raptors have cut it to 10. Garland just got gobbled up by Barnes underneath. Big stuff for Scotty. Poeltl hands it off across center to Mitchell, to the trailer Scotty, who wasn't ready for it, and bobbles it right back. Another turnover for Toronto.
Hit him right in the chest without his hands ready.
Mitchell, far corner on the sideline. Mobley, 3, no good. Long rebound to Barrett, and he turns, and he's in a sprint. Mitchell trying to get there as well. RJ keeps it himself, scoops it up and in, and the Raptors have it down to single figures again.
The key was Davion Mitchell running the other lane, which forced the defense to now be aware of him. And then he did a great job, RJ, taking it all the way in.
Now Mitchell picks up a little pressure in the backcourt on Donovan Mitchell. So Davion on Donovan. As now Donovan gives it up to Garland. Straight away, stops on a dime, pulls up for 3, and buries it. What a shot from Darius Garland.
Everybody's shooting that deep 3 now. It's just, guys don't even pay attention to the line.
Raptors get it down the floor, and they get a wide-open Davion Mitchell 3-ball from the near side, but he missed it. He had all day to tee that up. Cavaliers push ahead. They've got a 3-on-2, and Garland pulls up for 3 and knocks it down. A 3-on-2 pull-up triple, and you can't argue with the end result. It pushes the lead to 14 for the Cavs.
Welcome to today's NBA, Eric Smith.
Jeez. We'll step aside for the break with the Cavs leading 80-66, 7:21 to go in the third. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Getting my Honda CR-V has opened the door to adventure. With Econ Mode to maximize fuel efficiency, I'm free to explore. And with tons of cargo space, it's easy to pack for getaways.
What's up, Raptors fans? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for the Raptors matchup. We really appreciate you being here. Please take a second, hit that like button down below, and share this link out so we can get more basketball fans in here. We have to start matching the Leafs chats. I got my Holy Mackinac sweater on because of Joe Bowen's calls. We need to match that energy from the Leafs nights over here on the Raptors. We'll see you back in the chat. Thank you for hitting that like and sharing it out. Let's bring some more basketball fans in here. Go Raps, go.
And a superhero was sent his way. Summoning water, she extinguished the fire and consolidated his debt into one low monthly payment. His floors may be wet, but his debt is under control. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
At Terra, we know the Carbine work boot will hold up on the job site because we test until it doesn't. Terra. We know because we test. Visit terrafootwear.ca to see the proof.
Light up Black Friday with Freedom Mobile and get 50 gigs to use in Canada, the U.S., and Mexico for just $35 a month for 18 months. Plus, get a one-time gift of 5 gigs of Roam Beyond data. Conditions apply. Details at freedommobile.ca.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590. The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 7:21 to go, third quarter. Raptors trailing 80-66, 14-point lead for the Cavaliers, shooting 54% from the floor, including 54% from long range as well. And Jonesy, that's yet again an issue, as the Raptors not only being outscored, but giving up a higher percentage on the other side, and on the perimeter, they have been outscored by 24 points. 14 made three balls to 6.
It's always an indicator in today's NBA how you knock down the three ball.
Cleveland at 16-1, top the NBA. Looking to go 17-1 with a victory tonight. The Raptors hoping to avoid that, and that'll possibly help right there. A nice bucket from Jakob Poeltl in traffic. A little electric slide there as he kind of dragged that foot, laid it in, got the bucket and one, and a three-point opportunity coming for Jakob Poeltl. He was quiet to start the game, but now up to 6 points, 9 rebounds. Scotty Barnes going to check back into the ball game. Notice tonight, he's got the same glasses on, but they've got the black trim, not the red trim that he was wearing in TO the other night.
Right.
Color coordinated with the black jerseys tonight. Yak makes good on the free throw, cuts the Cleveland lead to 11. Driving on the far side, getting to the 10 was Jerome. Missed the shot, but it's cleaned up on a putback jam by Jarrett Allen. Raptors down the floor, bobbled the ball. RJ Barrett lost the handle. Then he battles in the near corner to try and get it back. And as he's fighting for it with Okoro, it goes off Okoro out of bounds. So it'll be Raptor ball with 6:49 to go in the third quarter. (82-69), 13-point lead for the Cavaliers. As the Raptors inbound in the near corner. They get it into Jakob Poeltl, who hands it off to Grady Dick. Grady turns, fires toward the far side, missing the shot. And Cleveland down the floor. Garland, little stop and go, gets into the paint. Jackknife pass underneath to Okoro is bobbled out of bounds. Toronto saying we didn't touch that thing. They want the ball. Officials have initially said Cleveland. Now I think they're going to change their mind and give it to Toronto, or are they saying jump ball?
They're saying jump ball. I thought it went off Okoro.
So did I.
Oh, actually, no, it went off Grady.
Did it?
Yeah, it went off Grady on the wraparound. It hit Grady. I didn't think Okoro touched it.
Take it and run. If you're a Raptor fan, take that jump ball and run.
Yeah, jump ball at center.
And now I believe that Kenny Atkinson's calling for the green light special. He is indeed. He wants to review that thing, and based on what we've seen, it's going to be overturned, folks. That's going to be Cleveland ball. We'll make it official here in a moment, or will we? Now, I already told you what's happening. You don't need to hear it from the officials. They're going to review it. 6:31 to go in the third. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
On the floor.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. And as we told you, the call would be overturned.
The challenge is successful. They retain this timeout as well, and they have a future challenge if needed.
I don't know if I was talking over the official or if he was talking over me, but I was already telling folks what was happening. We called it, Jonesy. We were right on it. You saw it in plain.
I thought it went off a Coro because of the way it changed directions, but the change of direction was before, and it hit Grady.
Kind of hit Grady in the armpit.
Yeah.
As Garland was trying to shovel that pass underneath. So it is indeed Cleveland ball. That's the right call. They lead by 13, and now Garland, wow, weaves through traffic in the paint, fakes the pass, keeps it himself, floats it up, and gets the bucket. After a slow start, Garland is cooking right now. Barnes in the lane, looking for a two-hand reverse, is hit midair, fouled, and will go to the line. And he is now switched back to the red glasses after briefly putting on the black glasses.
Yeah, we had a shot of Alex McKechnie, Raptors Vice President Player Performance, doing the fixing the glasses like a pit stop, Scotty exchange. And then once they got the red ones fixed, they're probably the ones that are most comfortable. He was back at it.
Barnes at the stripe. Misses the second free throw. Made the first, missed the second.
And then Jared Allen can't squeeze it. Just hoofs it out of bounds.
Now, Allen's got 8 rebounds tonight, but couldn't secure that one to go along with his 17 points. Raptors trailing by 14 with 6:13 to go in the quarter. Sunday night football action, 7:35 to go in the second quarter. The Rams leading the Eagles 7-3. Raptors down 14 as Barnes gets into the painted area, and just before he releases the shot, they call a defensive 3-second violation against the Cavs. I believe that's going against Jared Allen. So the Raptors will get the technical free throw and then keep the possession with a fresh 14. It'll be Grady Dick to do the honors at the stripe. Grady's free throw is good. Cuts the Cleveland lead to 13, 84-71. We're approaching the midway point of quarter number 3. Thanks for tuning in on a Sunday evening on the Sportsnet Radio Network. Eric Smith and Paul Jones with you. Amit Mann has post-game coverage. Barnes on the near sideline. Gives it up to Pirtle, 1 foot inside the arc. Now Yak throwing it back to Scotty in the paint. Spinning past Jerome. And a little beer league swat from behind sends it out of bounds onto the baseline. It'll stay with the Raptors. 9 on the shot clock.
Old school there, you drop step with a low dribble, sit your butt down. There's no way that would be a foul, and then you got to dunk.
Jamal Shed to Pirtle, over to Barnes, just below the far elbow. Scotty now to Yak on the left block. Turns, fires, and gets, no. Was that a tip-in?
Well, yeah, he got credit for the tip probably because they didn't call the foul, even though Okoro was working him over.
He tipped his own miss. Great job following the play and following the shot, but quickly back the other end of the floor. George Niang gets a bucket down on the right block, and that looks like something straight out of the YMCA.
Yeah, totally.
Shed, logo at center. Scotty, he's got the ball now, trying to direct traffic. He parks out the play, driving on the far side, easily dances around Niang and goes right to the tin and lays it in.
That's a pylon. That's like a white pylon in the road. George Niang standing there like that on Scotty Barnes.
86-75, 11-point lead. Garland out to Niang, puts it on the floor, and slowly leaving his way to the traffic to the hoop. He got a shot blocked, but the loose ball is picked up by Allen, who puts it back in. Bucket and 1, 3-point opportunity. George Niang looked like an iceberg out there. He was moving so slow, but he did find his way to the hoop. Now, Jonesy, did he find his way because he carried the ball?
I thought he put his hand at about 6 o'clock, but that's me. But it was the block, though. You know, Raptors blocked the shot, and I wonder what the stats are. Somebody said it was 80 to 85% of the time. I think it's higher. The team that gets the shot blocked ends up getting the ball back.
Free throw is left short. Cleveland picks up the ball, though, off the miss. They get it out to Niang. 3-ball, no good. In traffic with the rebound, Pirtle, and he's fouled by Jerome, who, guess what, didn't think he picked up a foul.
Of course not. And his arm was all up and hit him in the face and everything.
Cavaliers substitution number 5, Sam Merrill.
So the Raptors trail 88-75 with 4:57 to go in the third quarter. Jamal Shed across center. Gives it up on the near side to Ochai. Back over to Shed. Shed now fading toward the far wing. Back over to Ochai on the wing near side and tried to throw it to Pirtle and gave it right into the hands of Jared Allen. A sloppy turnover again by Toronto. Their 12th of the ball game. Pass along the baseline. Garland out in the far corner to Niang. Wide open triple, no good. Pirtle with the rebound. Pushes ahead. Fast break time as Boucher lost the handle. Got it back. Finds Ochai on the near side to Grady. Baseline. Grady fakes the pass. Keeps it himself. Throws it up. Missed it. In traffic. Pirtle's got it. Yanks it away from everybody. Gets slapped in the face. And the foul is called against the Cavs as Jakob Pirtle took one right in the left eye.
It was either Sam Merrill or Darius Garland. Both of them chopping away at it.
Toronto trailing 88-75.
Get a look at the replay, Eric. It was Sam Merrill.
Merrill with the foul, his second of the ball game as Pirtle goes to the stripe and promptly misses the first one. $88-75. And the second free throw good, so Pirtle takes care of business on that one. After splitting the free throws, the Raptors trailed by 12. 4:20 to go in the third quarter. Garland will bring it across that big Cleveland logo at center. Garland with 16 points in the ball game. Steps into a 3-ball. Misses badly. Pirtle with another rebound, his 12th. Gives it up to Shed. Jamal Shed across center. At the near elbow, Shed fires into the near corner and knocks down the triple. Ochai Agbaji.
Great playmaking by Shed. Got into the lane, knew exactly what he wanted to do. Not the careless kind of what am I going to do with it when I get in the air type of play. That was great execution.
88-79. The Raptors again have got it down into single digits. Jerome trying to fire his way into the paint. Pushed, leaned, shoved, and then at the last second takes contact from Shed that they say was a foul as Shed comes away holding on to his sternum and rib cage after Jerome buried his shoulder into Shed.
Well, it was the reach that got Shed in trouble. If they're going to let the body stuff go, you can take that.
3:38 to play in the third quarter. Cavaliers leading by 9. As Jerome goes to the free throw line, knocks down the first one. He's up to 18 points off the bench for the Cavaliers.
Number 45, Donovan Mitchell.
Ty Jerome out of Virginia in his 6th year. A 29-point performance against the Pelicans on Wednesday, and he's having another solid ball game tonight with now 19 points off the bench against the Raptors. Second free throw good. The lead is 11 for the Cavaliers. 90-79. Shed hands off to R.J. Barrett. Goes cross court, left to right on the near sideline to Ochai. Drives to the baseline, up and under with a reverse strong take from Ochai.
Well, I love the ball action, side to side, getting to the second side. Great pass by R.J.
And in the backcourt now, Shed trying to pick up a little bit of pressure, and they're saying he got a little too handsy with Jerome, and they call a little ticky-tack foul against Jamal Shed. (90-81), 9-point lead for the Cavs. 3:15 to go in the quarter. Jerome brings the ball across center. Merrill sets the screen, catches the pass now from Jerome, steps into a 3-ball straightaway, short-armed it. Rebound comes out toward the far side, and Boucher stuck his hand out, couldn't squeeze, and it deflects off Chris out of bounds, so it's going to stay with Cleveland and a fresh 14.
Good job by R.J. Barrett on the challenge. Sam Merrill, one of those guys, kind of like A.J. Green, when you know what he's going to do.
9-point lead for the Cavs. Merrill's got it again, and this time he was sandwiched by 2 Raptor defenders on the arc, and they're going to call a foul on Toronto. It looked like Merrill just lost that ball because of the pressure.
He was off balance when he caught it, leaning forward.
Bailout.
Off balance when he caught it, leaning forward, and a total bailout.
Exactly 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Cleveland will inbound from the far sideline. Jerome up top to Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell into the paint, whips it back out to Niang. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Niang trying to go at Chris Boucher. Went right, came back left, spins, fires, misses the one-hander, cleaned up underneath by Mobley, who quickly elevates and dunks it down. Raptors got the stop, but couldn't get the rebound.
That's the key, especially with the length of Cleveland.
Toronto has out-rebounded the Cavs as a team tonight, 36-32, but missed a key one right there. Raptors have fallen down double figures again. It's 11 at 92-81. R.J. Barrett looking for a screen. Mobo trying to get there and can't. Now Barrett finally does come around the screen as he whips it down low underneath on the baseline to Boucher. Far corner to Shed. He got it off but missed badly. Did not hit anything but the backboard, no rim. And it's a shot clock violation for the Raptors. With 2:20 to play in the third quarter, Raptors trailing 92-81.
Muscle up and see if you can get it inside 10 again. It was 10 at halftime. Had it down to 6, 5.
Jerome across center on the near side. Scotty Barnes is there now, as he lobs a dangerous pass over to Mobley, taken away by Mobo. Great job by Mobo to read that play. Skipping through traffic down the other end. It's blocked by Mobley, but then as the Cavs try to save it on the baseline, it goes off Cleveland out of bounds, so Toronto's going to have the ball. Man, Mobley is dangerous.
Yeah, again, I'm going to give some credit to young Jonathan Mobo. A great job being in the passing lane defensively.
92-81. Raptors trailing. Barrett getting to the baseline, far side. Bounces the pass over on the near sideline to Shed for 3. And again, the Raptors punch back, trailing by 8. 92-84. And now Toronto forcing the turnover with some pressure in the backcourt. And guess who's the guy on the spot?
Jamal Shed. That's old-time run-and-jump basketball. Take the guy to the sideline. When he turns his back and he can't see, the next closest guy comes running over. Great job by Scotty Barnes. High IQ defensive basketball.
Barnes has it out on the far wing. Ochai came up to set a screen. Scotty now on a switch is picked up by Merrill. He's going to try and go at Merrill. Now he stops his dribble now, whips a pass down low to Mobo underneath against Niang, who floats it up and in, and the Raptors have cut it to 6.
Well, doing a great job. I love the ferocity with which Toronto's playing.
92-86, Niang, far wing, back rim, no good, but Merrill grabs the rebound. Over to Jerome in the near corner. Jerome trying to go at Shed. He's got a little bit of size. Fires a pass on the block to Mobley. Mobley leaning in on Barnes. Went right, spins left to the baseline, comes back right. Scotty holds his ground, gets a deflection, and knocks the ball away. And Scotty's barking right now as he gets it ahead to Ochai. To Shed for 3. Raptors trail by 3.
Scotty Barnes has ignited this team defensively. Great individual defense on Mobley, and Jamal Shed getting after it as well.
92-89. Cavaliers leading by 3. Jerome in the paint, skipping away, floating it up, getting the bucket. It's a 5-point advantage.
He changed directions there on Shed. Jamal thought he had him cornered and headed in the right direction.
94-89. Barrett bumped on the baseline, far side, hit by Mobley. He's going to go to the free throw line with 31.7 seconds to play in the third quarter.
A really nice push here by the Raptors at the end. And I'm telling you, you want a highlight film on low post defense? Scotty Barnes, if they're going to let us bump and play like that, great job on Evan Mobley getting the stop and telling him about it too. And then the Raptors respond at the other end.
Toronto fighting again here in this third quarter, and unfortunately another miss at the free throw line for R.J. Barrett. 0 for 3 at the stripe in the ball game. And Jonesy, the Raptors as a team have missed 7 free throws tonight. They trail by 5, and they've missed 7 free throws. 16 of 23 make it now 17 of 24 as Barrett's second one goes down. RJ with 15 points, 4 boards, 4 assists. 94-90 with 25 seconds to play in the quarter. Jerome at center, trying to shake free from Shed, driving on the near side. Now kicks back out to Niang out on the far wing, missed the triple. Ochai with the rebound, holds onto it for a second, and now pushes ahead to Shed near side. Last shot time for the Raptors, but nope, they're going to call an illegal screen.
And the flop by Merrill.
The elbow did come up.
Yeah, the elbow came up, but
Raptors had a chance to cut it to 1 or 2 to end the quarter, and Shed with the offensive foul thanks to that elbow that came up high on Merrill. There's no doubt he embellished, but the elbow did come up. Mitchell bounces a pass underneath to Mobley, who dunks it down. The lead is back to 6. Toronto inbounds, and that will do it for the frame. So Toronto will go into the fourth quarter trailing by 6.
Well, they're doing a great job. They really are hanging in. It's the way you win a road game. Hang around, and just try to lean them out at the end.
96-90 is the score. The fourth and final quarter is coming up next on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Desjardins Insurance cares a lot about their clients. In fact, it's packed with such a ginormous amount of vast and substantial care that's bursting with even more whoppingly humongous and colossal care. You might be a little surprised when we tell you that all of that care fits in the palm of your hand. With the Desjardins Insurance mobile app, you'll get a big hand with 24/7 paper-free access to all of your home and auto policies, including your digital pink slip. Get insurance that's really big on care at Desjardins.com/care.
As fall approaches and birds head south, a different kind of bird emerges, the Subaru. While migratory flocks seek warmth, Subaru's symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive keeps drivers soaring through the wild. During the migrating season, Subaru's hunger for adventure grows exponentially, driving the intrigued radio listeners to fall for Subaru at their local Subaru dealerships, experiencing an adventure of their own. So migrate to your local Subaru dealership to book a test drive today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 96-90 is the score. 6-point lead for the Cavaliers as we get set to start the fourth quarter. The Raptors won that quarter, trailing by 10 at the half. Toronto outscoring the Cavaliers 35-31, shooting a hair under 57% in the frame. And they got 8 points from Jakob Poeltl in that quarter.
Well, they've won the last 2 quarters, chipping away at the lead. They need to win this fourth quarter too, though, and keep the defense going.
Cleveland starts with the ball. Donovan Mitchell brings it across center. He's got 16 in the ball game. Hands off to Merrill, who gives it to Mobley straight away. Mobley turning to work against Barnes. Back over to Merrill. Merrill with Barrett in front of him. Now double team briefly on the perimeter. Cavs working around in the near corner. To Niang, missed a 3-ball. And the long rebound tracked down by Jamal Shed. Raptors get a stop to start the frame. Niang tonight off the bench, 1 for 13, including 0 of 8 from distance. Driving near side. Barnes is bumped by Niang. And Scotty goes to the free throw line.
It's you can hear me. I'm sorry for our listeners, but it's laughable to see guys complain about fouls when it's obvious. He's got his arm down around his waist, but he's using it to push. That said, if you're the Raptors and you don't convert these free throws, I mean, again, 17 of 25, 8 misses. I don't want 8. I don't want, as you said, give me half, give me 4, and it's a 1-point game.
Waiting the second free throw for Scotty Barnes. And that one no good either. So now 9 missed free throws for the Raptors. Man, oh man, shooting just 65% at the stripe. 96-90. And back the other way, Mitchell tried to weave his way through traffic, missed the shot, wanted to call, didn't get it. So the Raptors, can they take advantage? Barnes out to Barrett, missed a wide open 3-ball from the far sideline as Barnes was like a bowling ball, took out a bunch of pins underneath.
Well, Merrill flopped.
Either way.
Yeah.
Driving, Mitchell scoops it up and in. He came from the far sideline on a beeline to the tin and got it to go in traffic to increase the lead to 8. 98-90. Minute 20 gone by here in the final frame. Barnes with Niang in front of him. Should be licking his chops right now. Goes over to Mobo, driving along the baseline. Passes near corner. Ochai 3-ball. No good. Nobody underneath for the Raptors. I want to see Scotty attack George Niang.
Well, the problem was Cleveland had put the shell so tight. He was looking at everybody on boxes and elbows, and there was nowhere to go for Scotty.
And Donovan Mitchell just drives, puts his head down, uses his speed, and gets right to the tin on the far side. The bucket is good. And the lead goes up to 10 for Cleveland. RJ crosses up Niang into the paint, took the bump, floats up the shot, but it's blocked. 2 free throws coming for RJ Barrett.
Can you make them? That's the key.
Well, 1 for 4 for RJ, but the Raptors as a team, 17 of 26 with 9 misses tonight. Just about a minute or so ago, Scotty Barnes was at the line with the team down by 6. Could have cut it to 4, and instead, they're now down 10. Barrett's first free throw, no good. 10 missed free throws now.
It's a kiss of death when you miss 10 free throws. Tough to win a game. Somebody said you rarely win when you miss 10 free throws.
Second free throw is good for RJ Barrett. Raptors trailing by 9. Mitchell, 3-ball for Cleveland is good, and he is starting to cook here in this fourth quarter. I mean, he's had a solid ball game overall, but he is piling on the points in the opening 2 minutes here.
Well, that's money time for the best players. They know fourth quarter is the time to get it done.
103-91, 12-point lead. Raptors try to respond. Mobo can't from the far sideline. Ball tapped around off the rebound, picked up by Jerome. He's going to pull up for 3 and knock it down, and just like that, the lead increases to 15. We got a timeout on the floor as Toronto is falling down early in this fourth quarter, and they're going to have to play the comeback game again. It's 106-91 with 9:23 to go on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Desjardins Insurance cares a lot about their clients. In fact, it's packed with such a ginormous amount of vast and substantial care that's bursting with even more whoppingly humongous and colossal care. You might be a little surprised when we tell you that all of that care fits in the palm of your hand. With the Desjardins Insurance mobile app, you'll get a big hand with 24/7 paper-free access to all of your home and auto policies, including your digital pink slip. Get insurance that's really big on care at Desjardins.com/care.
Say hello to healthier, happier feet, Ontario. Kintec has 3 more locations in the Greater Toronto area. Come in today and let our fit experts bring comfort and support to every adventure with custom orthotics, supportive braces, and top footwear brands. With new locations in Mississauga, Toronto, and Richmond Hill, along with our location in Whitby, there's always a Kintec nearby to keep you active and on your feet for life. Your feet take you everywhere. Let Kintec take care of them.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 106-91. Cleveland has increased their lead to 15. And Jonesy, the Raptors were punching and scratching and clawing, and it looked like things were going well for the Raptors, and it just has suddenly gotten away 2 minutes into this fourth quarter.
They had it at 6 starting the quarter, and it just...
Well, they've tacked on 9, the Cavs have, in 2.5 minutes.
It just kind of fell apart on them, and Ty Jerome is really hurting them off the bench. 8 of 12, 4 of 7 from 3, hasn't missed a free throw, 5 assists, so he's really heavily involved.
And the Cavaliers are trying to bust this thing open again. Their largest lead of the game, 16. They had that on a couple of occasions. It sits at 15 right now. Toronto runs offense out of the timeout. Pirtle bobbled it on the perimeter, picked up by Mobile. He sees a seam driving on the far side. Reverse, missed, but cleaned up on a putback as Pirtle guided it back into the 10.
Another double-double for Jakob. He's just playing so well right now.
Mitchell trying to shake free from Davion Mitchell. Looked like Merrill might have caught a hip out there on Davion, but they let the play go on. And then as Donovan Mitchell tried to drive on the far side, he's fouled, apparently, by Grady Dick.
It is a respect thing for the Raptors with the officials now. It really is.
106-93, 13-point lead. Driving to the 10, guess who? Donovan Mitchell. He's been everywhere in this fourth quarter. Lead back to 15. 108-93. RJ driving far side, got toward the block, floated up, missed the shot. Rebound pulled down by the Cavaliers. Mitchell ahead, behind the play. Okoro got behind the Raptor defense, caught the pass, laid it in, and it pushes the lead up to 17, largest of the game.
Yeah, not great transition defense there by the Raptors.
Pirtle took a couple of dribbles toward the near side. Inside the arc goes cross court, far sideline. Grady 3-ball is deflected, partially blocked by Okoro. Picked up underneath by Bobo, missed the shot, guided his own miss back toward the 10, but it was partially knocked away, and Cleveland comes away with the ball. Pull-up triple, Donovan Mitchell no good. Cavs rebound, Okoro to Merrill. He missed that one, and Jakob Pirtle with the rebound.
Okoro came in from out of bounds on the rebound.
RJ turning the corner far side and passed it back out to the perimeter. His pass for Grady Dick deflected by Okoro out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Raptors. 14 on the shot clock.
I think the Raptors can make a push here in the last couple of minutes.
Well, unfortunately, we're only just over 4 minutes into the quarter.
Yeah, but
and it went from being a 6-point game to a 17-point game in the blink of an eye.
And like I said, I would give it another few minutes here. See if you can make a push, get it back down inside 10. If not, you got to think about tomorrow night.
110-93, Cavaliers leading, and we've got a foul going against the Cavs. They get that on Garland. So that's his third, team third, with 7:36 to go until the end of this ball game. Davion Mitchell, pass in traffic, easily knocked away by the Cavaliers. He was looking for Pirtle, and Jerome just came in and took that one away. Raptors have not been very crisp with the ball tonight with 14 turnovers. Okoro underneath to Allen, blocked by Jakob Pirtle. Yak got back to make a big play. Can Toronto convert? Nope, they promptly turn it right back over. A 15th turnover with Toronto trailing by 17. 7 minutes to play in the ball game. Garland, far side, Merrill, down low, right block, it's Allen. Allen Now passes back out on the perimeter to Jerome. Getting to the baseline near side. Jackknife pass out to Garland. Gets to the free throw line. Floats up a jumper. Missed it. Got his own miss back. Goes in the near corner to Okoro. Driving on Grady. Kicks it up top to Merrill. 3-ball no good. Grady Dick with the rebound. Toronto down by 17 as we approach the midway point of the fourth. Barnes, left block, turns, fires, misses the shot over Garland, gets it back, fouled, and he's going to go to the free throw line, and he might have got hit in the face, folks. I believe he got hit in the face, and that's not good news for a guy playing with a orbital fracture as he turned, tried to float one up, and got hit square in the face.
He is down, head buried in his palm. He did get hit in the face because Jakob Poeltl is now fixing the glasses. And that's the danger.
The good news, if there's good news, based on the replay I'm seeing, Jonesy, if I'm looking at the angle correctly, it looks like, not that it wouldn't hurt still, it looks like he took most of the contact, correct me if I'm wrong, to the mouth and nose, not to the eye or eye bone, the orbital bone. And the glasses fell off as he fell to the floor. In fact, right now, Scotty is walking away, kind of flexing his jaw, opening his mouth, open and close, open and close. So I don't believe the contact that came anywhere near where the fracture on his eye would be. Well, that's the only good news.
Yeah, it's the only good news. That said, though, you know how it is. You got a bad toe and you're walking barefoot in your house, and of course you hit your toe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like when I bit my lip earlier tonight for dinner, and I'm going to be biting that thing about 10 more times before the end of the week.
Well, it had nothing to do with Scotty's vision. He knocked the free throw down okay.
So Barnes tonight, just 3 of 8 at the free throw line and 3 of 11 from the floor. Well, he knocked down both free throws. First time all night that he's hit both free throws. Maybe they knocked his vision straight.
Yeah, they reset it.
110-95. Raptors as a team have missed 10 free throws. They trailed this game by 15 points. It was a 6-point game at the end of 3, and Cleveland has dominated the fourth, and that domination continues on a nifty sleight of hand by Jarrett Allen down near the left block. 112-95, 17-point lead. Barnes answers back with a triple, screaming towards his bench, and in the face of Okoro, trying to fire up his team with the Raptors down 14.
Well, they need to kind of make a push. As I said, there's one tomorrow night, but you can make a push here, get this thing inside 10 with 5 minutes to go, and then you got a ball game.
6:02 to play, 112-98 is the score. Raptors trailing by 14 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario.
We the North, stand up and let us know where you're watching from in the chat. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Where are you at in this crazy planet of ours? Are you in Canada representing We the North? Are you down south in the USA? Are you over across seas in Asia or in Europe? Thank you so much for being here. Now let's get back to the basketball. Let's get a win tonight, boys. 2 in a row. And I know that I'm not going to be able to use this video very long because they're probably going to lose again soon to get back on the tank for flag. But we'll see. Go Raps, go! Let's make some noise in the chat. And cheers to all of you from wherever you're watching from.
Discover more value than ever this Black Friday at Loblaws. Until November 28th, earn 25,000 PC Optimum points on every $100 spent on home, toys, health and beauty, and apparel. Conditions apply. See flyer for details.
Black Friday is on now at Sport Check. Save up to 60% on winter jackets, shoes, equipment, electronics, and more from the brands you love. See in store or sportcheck.ca for more details. Say it with sport this holiday season.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 6:02 to go in the ballgame. Raptors trailing 112-98. 14-point advantage for the Cavaliers. Toronto tonight getting 16 points from R.J. Barrett. He's the leading scorer for the Raptors. Already on the other side, Jonesy, 3 players going for 20-plus for the Cavaliers, including both Jerome and Mitchell. That's Donovan Mitchell with 24, and Jarrett Allen, 21 points, 9 rebounds. He started this game hot, and it has continued all evening. 9 of 11 for Jarrett Allen.
Well, we talked about defending the paint. 54 of their 112 in the paint.
I got to tell you, shout out to the city of Cleveland and the game ops for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
One of the best.
We talk about this all the time.
Yeah, one of the best.
And if you haven't been, folks, Cleveland, I'm not saying it's like L.A., New York, Chicago, Miami, but it's a decent stop for a couple of days, especially if you want to check out the Browns or the Cavs or wander the downtown. There's some decent bars and restaurants.
Hall of Fame.
But exactly, that's what I was getting to, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And they play some fantastic tunes for their Cleveland sports teams. Cavs out of the timeout, come up empty on the offensive end. Merrill missed the 3-ball. Raptors with the rebound. Ochai's got it in the paint, kicks it out on the perimeter to Grady Dick, missed badly on the 3. Rebound to the Cavs as they push ahead to Garland across center. Garland at the free throw line, whips it out, far side on the wing. It's Jerome getting into the paint, faked the pass, and floated up the short shot from about 2-3 feet. Got it to go. Cavs by 16. Five minutes to play. Scotty Barnes, far side, turns, fires. Jumper is good for Scotty Barnes. Knocks it down from about 8-10 feet. Raptors down 14. Approaching the half in Sunday Night Football. Philadelphia leading the Rams 13-7, 11 seconds until half. Raptors again down 14 as Donovan Mitchell just picked up the foul. That stops the clock with 4:50 to play. And both sides making a couple of changes right now. We'll clean up the lineups in a moment. R.J. Barrett's one of the new bodies checking back in. Davion Mitchell's going to sit down. Davion tonight off the bench for the Raptors. Relatively quiet, 3 points, 3 assists, but he has tried to dig in defensively. Donovan Mitchell has it right now out on the far wing for the Cavs, guarded by Grady Dick. Sidestep into a 3-ball. Back rim, high in the air. Rebound pulled down by Scotty Barnes. Barnes down the floor, near sideline. Grady, he sidesteps into a 3. Missed that one. High rebound is taken down by the Cavs. That was Okoro ahead to Mobley. Mobley using that long length, those long strides down the floor, stops in the paint, kicks back out on the perimeter. Garland, far sideline, weaving through traffic, getting to the far elbow. Now dancing in, missing the shot, tip no good. Allen couldn't come up with it. Raptors with the rebound, and here they come. Barrett, hands off on the perimeter to Grady. Good look at a 3, rips the cords. Raptors have cut it to 11.
Good job by Grady. Under control, coming off a little handoff move and knocking it out.
114-103. Cleveland by 11. Garland to a cutting Allen, lays it up and in. Great execution there. Jarrett Allen with 23 in the ballgame. 116-103. Underneath, Barrett catches it. And Allen might have got a piece of that one. Knocked it away from the Raptors. Barrett comes up empty.
Comes
and
up
back the other way.
limping too.
Come the Cavaliers. And underneath, the alley-oop to Evan Mobley is good. And the Cavs are trying to knock the final nail in the coffin for the Raptors, trailing by 15 with 3:16 to go. Timeout, Toronto.
Well, Darko called a timeout. Scotty had a bean and a straight line to the bucket. Look back to what happened. Your coach called a timeout, but Cleveland's size again. We saw it on opening night, and we're seeing it again. Dominating the paint. More than half their points coming on the inside.
118-103 is the score. Raptors down 15 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Getting my Honda CR-V has opened the door to adventure. With Econ Mode to maximize fuel efficiency, I'm free to explore. And with tons of cargo space, it's easy to pack for getaways. My dog, camping gear. It's like I've discovered a wild, adventurous side of me. Whoop. Alice is excited too.
Lease the CR-V LX two-wheel drive for $99 weekly at 2.99% APR for 28 months with $2,000 down. Offer includes $1,500 lease bonus. OAC conditions apply. See HondaOntario.com.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
A quick break, and we're back on the Sportsnet Radio Network. Eric Smith and Paul Jones with you in the fourth quarter. The Cavaliers have opened up a 15-point lead. It's not a wire-to-wire win, as the Raptors did get the first bucket of the ball game, but that was, I believe, their only lead of the game, as Cleveland came back to take a lead in the first quarter very early, and they haven't really looked back since.
Yeah, no, they did a good job. And look, we talked about some of the keys tonight would be the points in the paint, the rebounding. The Raptors not doing a bad job with the rebounds. They're out rebounding Cleveland 50-46, but the scoring and the inside stuff with that length and that size, and then the turnovers again by Toronto.
Raptors with 15 turnovers, coughing up 13 points off those turnovers. Again, also, as we've noted many times this season, Jonesy, outscored on the perimeter, this time by 15 tonight. Barnes with the scoop in the lane, missed it. 2 tips by Poeltl, no good. And then as he battles with Jared Allen for the rebound, we've got Jakob Poeltl picking up the foul, and we walk the length of the floor. It looks like the Raptors are going to lose this one, barring some miracle, as they get set now for the Pistons tomorrow night on the back-to-back.
And if I'm Darko Rajakovic at this point, if this one's gone, I'm taking some of my starters out to give them a little bit of a rest.
Well, they still got Barnes, Barrett, and Poeltl out on the floor.
Although the other part of it is Scotty hasn't played with them a lot, so chance to get some reps.
Mobley just missed a 3-ball. Raptors get the rebound. Davion Mitchell faked the pass, kept it himself, set the feet, might have walked, but buried the 3. Take it and run if you're a Raptor fan, as they count the 3-ball, and the Raptors trail by 12 with 2:25 to go. Cleveland having a lot of trouble getting the ball. That, to me, was like 7 seconds. They called 5 seconds earlier. That seemed way longer than 5.
It did.
118-106. Garland towards center. Over to Allen above the far elbow. Back to a cutting Donovan Mitchell. Laid it up and in. Ochai was there to contest, but not enough.
Watch Mitchell's screen, though. It's not even a screen. He's like an offensive lineman. Puts both his hands on Abaji to get the advantage.
120-106. Raptors down 14. Under 2 minutes to go. Davion at the far elbow. To Poeltl. Down on the block to Barnes. Shoved in the back by Garland. And Scotty's going to go to the free throw line. And he just came up a little bit gimpy.
Turned his ankle.
And now he reaches down to tie up that right shoe a little bit tighter. I think he might have just come down awkwardly on it.
Turned the ankle a little bit.
120-106. Raptors down 14, 1:49 to play in the ballgame. Barnes. First free throw is good. Scotty tonight had a real slow start, but as the dust settles, statistically speaking, put together a pretty good ball game.
He's a fourth quarter guy.
Yep.
He's a fourth quarter guy with 18, 7, and 7 right now. 14 coming in the second half.
Raptors down 12 with 1:40 to play. Cavs playing keep away with that ball, milking the clock down. Donovan Mitchell out near center. Finds Jared Allen in the heart of the lane, leans in at the 10, missed the shot. Raptors got a piece of it, but he gets the miss back. Fresh 14 for the Cavaliers. Game clock down to 1:20. Shot clock sits at 5. Davion Mitchell just took it away from Donovan Mitchell, and now Donovan takes the foul.
Davion, great on the ball. He's so tenacious, and he moves those feet about as fast as anyone I've seen in a long, long time.
120-108. Raptors down 12, 1:17 to play. Davion steps to the free throw line, takes a deep breath, sets the feet, misses the first free throw. 11 missed free throws tonight for the Raptors.
They've had twice. They've been the aggressor. They've had 33 free throw attempts. They're on the right side of a free throw differential for a change. Just can't make them.
Missed the second one as well. 12 missed free throws for the Raptors in a game that they're trailing by 12. Garland trying to shake free from Davion Mitchell. now backs up towards center court as we tick towards the final minute, and they call a foul on Davion Mitchell. Garland and Mitchell were just kind of playing a one-on-one game about 35, 40 feet from the hoop, and they called Davion Mitchell with the foul. And with 1:03 to play, the Raptors are going to call a timeout. And maybe this is where Darko tries to pull a couple of guys off the floor, Jonesy, with just over a minute to play.
I could see him doing that. You know, that's the call right now with a game in the offing tomorrow night.
So tomorrow night, the Raptors will be in Detroit to face the Pistons. And that should be an entertaining ball game, as Detroit has played well this season. They've been, I would argue, Jonesy, much like the Raptors, a scrappy team. But unlike the Raptors, they've been able to come up with a few more wins. Detroit sitting at 7-11 as we speak right now, and they are locked down into the 10 spot in the East in the play-in, as we are essentially at or close to, for most teams, the quarter point of the season. We're right around the 20-game mark for most of the teams in the league. The number 6 seed in the East, actually, I can even go even higher than that. The number 5 seed in the East, without looking at the standings, is?
I don't know, but there's only 4 teams in the East above 500.
The Milwaukee Bucks at 8-9.
And they've won 3 in a row to get to 8-9.
The Heat have played only 13 games, as I talk about everybody approaching. I don't know how they're so far behind. This is, for the Raptors, game number 17, and for the Cavaliers, it's game number 18. How have the Heat played only 13 games? They're 6-7. How's it even possible? The Heat have played 13 games, and the Cavs have played 18.
I don't know. Schedule maker.
120-108. Under a minute to go. Donovan Mitchell over on the far wing. Jerome missed the 3 ball. He's been great tonight. 26 points off the bench. Jamal Shed on the far side for the Raptors. Got into the paint, and they're going to call a walk.
Yeah, I agree. It looked like.
Is that one of your bing bang instead of bang?
No,
or whatever?
no. He took the 1-2, and then the first foot that was the 1 came back down to make it 3.
Okay.
You can go off 1 and then come together. But he went off 1, put the other one down, and when the last one came down, it turned into a travel.
And now Kenny Atkinson is taking a bunch of his starters off the floor in this final minute. Mobley checks out. Garland checks out. A solid performance tonight for the Cavaliers, as they are going to improve to 17-1 with this victory over the Raptors. As Okoro drives to the 10, going from left to right, and he gets through traffic to lay it up and in. The lead goes up to 14. 27 seconds to play. Garrett Temple over to Jamal Shed. Shed on the near sideline. Jamison battle 3-ball. No good. Tipped out by Bruno to Shed. And Shed missed that one. Down low, ball tapped around. Mobo will come up with it. 9 seconds to play. Gives it up to Shed. 6 seconds to go. Raptors down by 14. Shed's going to hoist one more to end it. Misses that one, and that will do it. The Toronto Raptors go to Cleveland and start their 4-game road trip with a loss. 122-108 the final.
Tough start. Really good in the middle of the game for Toronto. Quarters 2 and 3, they were good. They cut a 16-point lead down to 6. Entered the fourth quarter, thinking, all right, you could be close and lean them out, and Cleveland just powered away from them at the start of the fourth quarter, and that was your ball game.
Let's step aside for the break, come back with the final stats, then get set for post-game coverage with Amit Mann as the Raptors lose 122-108 in Cleveland on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
The National Basketball Association on SiriusXM. For a full list of games and channels,
XM225 and Internet 818, Eagles on Sirius 81, XM226 and Internet 825, national feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 88, Spanish feed on Sirius 162, XM227 and Internet 832. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Sunday, November the 24th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 9 p.m. Sacramento Kings face the Brooklyn Nets. Kings on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 905, Nets on Internet 882. In NCAA College men's basketball, 11 p.m. Georgia faces St. John's. Georgia on XM and Internet 374, St. John's on XM 392, Internet 982. In the NFL, 8:20 p.m., LA Rams take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Rams on Sirius 85, XM 225 and Internet 818. Eagles on Sirius 81, XM 226 and Internet 825. National feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 88. Spanish feed on Sirius 162, XM 227 and Internet 832. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Sunday, November the 24th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 9 p.m. Sacramento Kings face the Brooklyn Nets. Kings on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 905, Nets on Internet 882. In NCAA College men's basketball, 11 p.m. Georgia faces St. John's.